We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind.
Hi, welcome to Mice and Mine. I am Tuli.
What's going on? Oh, good. My eyes, tired, sinuses, everything going. Well, we'll lie. What's cooking? What's cooking?
Outside, preacher. It's been so hot.
Whew. So it's been a week for me. I tell you what, I made some mistakes. I'm looking at you. Good. Like that. Such is life. You win one, you lose them all.
Wow.
Let me ask you what it is. Well, that happened. Anyway, how everybody doing today? So I said my allergies working me too. Yeah, man, nighttime, man, my sinuses, I get stopped up like I got a cold. I'd be like, goodness, what's going on? But I appreciate that. At least I got sinuses, they're working. Some people have to have their sinuses removed. Can't you have them removed?
I don't know about that. No. Can't have your sinuses removed.
You can get something done. Something similar to that anyway. And why everybody come along this week?
All is well.
It's gonna be time
Pretty
to talk
good.
about it. Okay.
You guys like the summer, or you guys like the winter better? It's really hot. Do you guys prefer the cold or the hot weather?
I'm a winter man.
Really?
I like it freezing. Yeah. I'd rather have it cold. Cover me heat.
I prefer it.
Heat.
I prefer to be hot too.
Yeah,
I can't. You get them bones, it's hard to warm up the bones.
Right.
I have a real hard time warming up sometimes, though.
Right.
It's
I
so
can't.
hard. Yeah, it's really hard.
Travis likes the cold. Okay, Travis.
Oh yeah, I'm more cold myself. Well, nowadays you can't change it. You just gotta learn to live with it. Once you start getting used to the heat, what happens? You'll be sitting around freezing. You'll be hollering, man, it need to be hot again. It need to be cold again. So people you ever satisfied.
Nope.
That's true.
That's true.
So just learn to just make it do what it do.
She likes the warm weather too. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's a slave. So you've been keeping all your life. So, when the best time to pick? Man, yeah, you think about trying to pick cotton out there with an overcoat on. You know what I'm saying? You can imagine. Well, so she got to take it how she get it. You know?
Wow.
Oh, slave girl.
It's terrible.
It is. I see Wayno, you got to be doing something. It ain't that productive. He worked out with her last night. Oh, my goodness, he getting old and tired. That man did most sitting down. I got to go back up and clean up the equipment he sat on. Yeah, sat that little laser behind down on one of the piece of equipment up there where you put your head. That joke was so burnt out. Your husband didn't tell you?
Yeah, I know you guys. I know he said he just does it, but he said preacher be working us out. That's all you got to know. I said, okay.
Well, ask him about Wayno. Man, Wayno was just terrible that night. Stajula, he was terrible. I told you that's terrible. Took too much time, too much ice cream eating and playing around out there. It's Daniel is the one that kills us. I'm the one that's the encourager. Daniel is the murderer. Yes, Daniel is the murderer. It's not that. Like April 25th is not too hot. not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. Okay.
What's she talking about? April 25th.
Listen, that's National Slave Day.
Oh,
That's Harriet. Yeah, that's Harriet Tubman's birthday or something.
Oh, she okay.
Yeah, she celebrating that. Yeah, she put on her. You remember Harriet Tubman picture? She had a picture with her coat on.
Yeah.
So with a jacket. This one, her and Harriet. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she said she picked the best kind around about the 25th. A little bit out the deadline for taxes.
I don't know why she said that.
10 days after her master paid taxes, she like, I goes to pick and stuff. And
Right.
10 days after tax deadline, I should be a picking saw. Isn't that right? Yeah.
Independent boom day, red, white, and boom. People doing a lot of celebrating today.
Yeah, listen, well, the only thing about it is for people, certain ethnicities, we don't find the same exact as found by, our white counterparts. And of course, that'll be disagreed and hate. For me, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But then you have to really look at, I think Trump has pushed us more into a division to where it's hard. It's going to be hard for a lot of people to look at celebrating the independence when he just basically put people back into captivity. I'm talking about whites as well. Part of them, breaking out to establish America was for independence, and he took a lot of that away. He says government funding, but if it wasn't for government funding, Trump wouldn't have Trump Plaza. He wouldn't have the casinos. He wouldn't have the other things he had. All this because of government funding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate that once people make $1, once you get, $2 in your pocket, you become better than other people. I think that's a sad disposition, and that's on society, not on Trump, that people find that when you have more money than people, that makes you a better person. And we tend to look at now who are the people we find to be, the most publicized for criminal activities. People with money. People with stature, from Bill Cosby to, and I'm just using people of color. Cosby, who's always been, big money. Sean Combs. Now they're looking at Jay-Z. A lot of stuff is starting to come out on Jay-Z, so he got problem after problem hitting him. He's one Smokey Robinson, R. Kelly. It's just so many. It's so many. I'm just naming a few names that people tend to know. And, of course, when there's, the white light, the gentleman for Abercrombie Fitch, he same similar charges and he got a bond. Now when it came time to go back to court, what did they give him? House arrest. They threw it out saying he had a mental problem. Sean Combs, he had a drug problem. Sean Combs told him that he had a drug problem, and they kept him incarcerated, a danger to society. When he had been out all that time, him and Cass had been broke up for how many years? Paid her $30 million. She hadn't died before court. So what was he going to do when you already got $20 million?
Right.
If it's going to kill you, it seemed like you would have done it then, a little bit after you got the amount of accidental death or something. If you notice, none of the stuff that we heard the stories about came up. Remember him and his son shooting somebody in the house, and they covered it up, and this guy worked for them. He used to fix her. I don't see how that one that came out of federal charge. Those are gun charges. ATF would have picked them up. DEA, it's just so many, FBI, Homeland Security. It's just so many things we were told. What we never heard about the minors. Remember this? His son Justin were bringing minors, and they were having sex with minors. That never came up. They told us the baby oil. Yeah, I remember that they said he had drugs. Everybody trying to figure, why would he have 1,000 bottles? Yeah. Remember they saying he was transporting drugs, and Cassidy herself got up and she's like, it was never drugs in the baby oil. It was just baby oil. But he said he liked baby oil. That's his personal business. He wants to buy 1,000. I'm sure he got a very good deal. Johnson & Johnson could not make up that much baby oil and get rid of it one time. So you buy 1,000. I'm sure he got a bulk price deal. I mean, that's what maybe they do it in the pool. A lot of stuff that people do, I wouldn't do. Nor would I consent to or agree with. But at the same time, when you live in a world, then you have to be acceptant of, not agree with, but accepting or have expectation of people are different and people do things that you might judge as weird. It's like people who eat French fries with mustard. I would never put mustard on my French fry. I just would never do it. I might eat a burger, mustard on it, eat a French fry that way to get me, but I would never just put mustard on my French fry. If I see somebody do it, that would be weird. It's people who eat mayonnaise on French fries.
I know you eat mayonnaise.
but at the same time, let me say this. Does that make them the worst person on the planet?
Right.
It's that we just do things different. We're people.
Right.
People do things differently. And I think now let me say this. Now, what he did was disgusting. All this what they did. I ain't saying that anything is saying like that's the equivalent to mayonnaise on French fries. No. You're somebody's mouth, that is just straight crazy, but that's what Cassie like. I mean, she likes different urination in her mouth, you know what I'm saying, from different people. That's her thing. And it's disgusting as all I know, but she's a human being who has that right. She didn't enforce it on me. She didn't try to make me accept it. She didn't try to make me watch it. So therefore, ain't my problem.
Right.
They're consenting grown adults. If they want to pay each other, I don't do this, paid prostitution. Okay, so when you go out and you take a woman out on a date, you have after you bought a meal and take her to dance. Is this not a form of prostitution?
Is it?
Right. That's a good point.
If a woman says, listen, I don't just lay down for free. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to treat me like a lady. You're going to have to take me out. That is a form of prostitution.
Really?
Well, okay, how am I good? You're not just giving me the sex without that.
Isn't it an exchange for something?
But that's the same thing with money.
Okay, let me think. What was I gonna say?
How would it be different?
What is the definition of prostitution? Like what?
Let's do that. Can we put it up and let's see what I'm saying? What is the definition to prostitution? Okay, cancel that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this because
we didn't talk. Unless we talk about it. I mean, we talk about it. These people just don't know.
Somebody said I'm guilty. I used to eat mayo with French fries at Wendy's.
Say who that? Chavez, you still my friend. I know, but people do it. Me, I would never done it. If I was at a table, I'd have got up. I hate mayonnaise. I'm talking about hate mayonnaise.
Your screen.
What is the definition of?
Now, how long do you think Diddy is getting his sentence?
He won't get over 3 years. I saw something today explaining a lot of things. He won't get over 3 years.
Can y'all see it? Oh yeah, y'all can.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you gotta blow it up though.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You read it. You can read it.
Oh gosh, where is it? Oh, here we go.
I got one. A person who engages in sex acts and especially sexual intercourse in exchange for pay. But this is the whole thing. See, this is where they play word games with you. Okay, a person engaged in sexual intercourse in exchange for pay. Bartering system too. You and I can barter between us and agree on something. Just like, okay, you might say, listen, I don't want no money, but you can buy me a coat. That coat costs money, and if this is something that you would take in exchange for giving up sex. So we get people all the time coming with these games of money, like a lot of women. Hey, I mean, I ain't just finna sit here and give you no sex. You got to take me out. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm taking you out, I'm spending what? Money.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, because some women do sleep because of drugs. Like they want drugs.
But what if we just going out? Well, if the woman says it, that's you, or if it's just
hold on. What about no romance without finance? You got to have a job if you want to be with me. That song is a song of prostitution.
Wait, preacher.
You got to go downtown. That's the way into my love.
What that mean? That ain't gonna do with money.
Well, it's in exchange for, in order to get, something has to be performed, just like with prostitution. See, this is the problem I have when people look at things. Not saying you ladies, but in general, we tend to look at the paper being exchanged as the guilty party. But you're not just saying, nobody can't just walk up and say, start having sex with you. So the only way that can happen, something has to be agreed upon.
So that's what I'm saying.
Marriage, anything outside of marriage should be deemed prostitution.
So if does it mean does it have to be a verbal agreement, or if just say you go out to dinner?
That's different. That's different. That's different.
And something happens, but so you're saying it has to be up front, like, okay, now if you want to do this, we're gonna go out to eat first, and then we're gonna do it.
Well, just say like the guy, just say, okay, we sitting around, we on the couch, we talking. And I start getting kind of touchy. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what you doing? Come on. Oh, no. Man, you took me out. We ain't done nothing, and you just think you finna lay up with me? But come on, that's not something women would say.
Yeah.
So now, okay, you just put me in. Okay, this is the problem. I haven't produced anything. Something has to be done in order for you to have sex. This is the same thing in prostitution. If I met a prostitute on a hook on the street, I couldn't walk up to her and just start rubbing, touching. I said, "Oh, stop! Oh, don't touch my man. Where the money? You gotta show me." I'm just saying, you gotta show them something.
But that's her occupation. That's not your date.
Let me say that. Let me say something. Women that are dating guys and multiple guys that are paying their bills, it's the same thing as a prostitute on the street.
Ooh.
Okay, let me ask a question. Find me a guy who pays rent, pay utilities, put money in pocket, take shopping, and don't get nothing. Okay, this ain't hard. Pay your bills, pay your rent, buy you stuff, and no sex. Okay, this ain't hard. We waiting. Men have a relationship with women do it for me. Let's say it better.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's just being,
Wow, modern dating is
culturated
prostitution. Wow.
Right, I want you, when you come in tomorrow, I want to see you. I want you to put 5 checks on that board. When you have me use a culturated. Big old culturated. Come on, man.
So the culture of the modern dating is prostitution, huh? Okay.
All right, then.
Let me say that. No, it's not the modern day, Rod. This has always been a practice. This is not. I would not say that today, because that didn't just start today. This has always been a practice for a long time. Right. Either you kept your virginity, or when you did, a woman started realizing that guys will do things for the vagina. Women started looking at, hey, he'll do stuff for the vagina. Like he'll do stuff that when a woman say, hey, no, I ain't doing, I'm trying to wait. He's going to try to romance her, try to do things to try to get to that point, or her saying, hey, okay, I'm going to give it to you. So women started realizing, hey, men will pay. Listen, they want to tell you, listen, pay my bills. Gotta be able to pay my bills, take me out, the whole 9. And when you don't do that, they'll let you know. I mean, the whole thing is off, because it's guys that'll pay. They line up to pay. And they don't see themselves as a prostitute, but you are a prostitute. What woman got 3, 4, 5 guys buying, paying stuff for them, and she ain't doing it? She's like, I ain't doing nothing with neither one of them. She is a liar. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
She got 3 guys that, hey, one of the nigga pay my bill, other nigga he pay my mortgage or pay my rent, other nigga come on. But you're a prostitute. You might not think you are, but you're a prostitute. If you're not married, you're a prostitute.
I see where you're
saying. And it's time for people to look at it the proper way. I don't think prostitution should be illegal, because if prostitution should be illegal, it should be illegal for a woman to have sex, period. If she's not married. I don't get it. This should be honest. So you gave yours up for a hamburger. Okay, it was a steak. Okay, you just told, I got it. Hold the bread and tomatoes. No ketchup. So, okay, make you feel better. A steak dinner. You know what I'm saying? Hold the pickles, the onion, and the lettuce and the bread. Same thing. So when you start looking at, again, let me say that when I say that, I'm not trying to say this in an insulting way or demeaning women, but I'm just trying to say when you really look at the system, look at it systematically, you are doing prostitution. The problem became somebody told her, "Oh, you ain't no hoe. You know, you ain't on no corner, but you're doing the same act." I don't know what people get that. You got prostitutes. They don't sit on no corner. They have numbers. They're set up professionally. You got those are hookers.
The escorts.
Yeah, you got escort. See, all they keep doing is making the name. It's women like, "Hey, guy, hey, listen, I gotta go to this function. Hey, you come go with me." So he basically give you the sport you on his own. It's guys that get women to go with them in place, and these women won't see themselves as escort because nobody call a number and pay for it. But you're basically going to do the same thing. You're just an escort. He gonna trying to show me out. Women give it up because of the car, the whole end. Let me say this: nothing is new. So, like when he said acculturated, I would not say that modern today because we don't tend to look at things for what they were like. We always say, in the old days, how things were. Let's just be honest. There's nothing people are doing today that's new. Okay, or sex ain't new. It's just more now. It's just that people talk on it more. You know what I'm saying? People are open. It's not new. It was done. It's a lot of stuff with prostitution. It was always done. It was just done in certain places in the dark.
That's what it's more dominant. That's what that means.
Well, I don't think it's more done. It's never changed. It's just that people now are more speaking about it. Just some things. Oh, like when we found out about a serial killer, because you just found out who the serial killer don't mean it's new. He's been killing people. You call him and ain't killed one. He's been killing. You just found out about it. Yeah. It's just becoming known and being made public. But and I've been guilty. Our young people, our kids, we're losing our kids. And I'm a proponent for that. I feel like we are in a lot of aspects. But nothing's changed with our kids that hadn't happened before. What a problem, like me. I always tell our kids we're losing. I'm trying to recover some because I see them going down a pathway we've always had. Okay. What is it we have? With lack of education, what the kids typically do? Commit crimes, drop out of school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what were they doing back in the 1700s, in the early 1900s? What were they doing they were always dropping out of school. Look at Billy the Kid. Look up Billy the Kid. Look up Billy the Kid and how many people he murdered at what age did he die? And tell me the difference between Billy the Kid and any of these other young people out here killing people, shooting people. I just look at the other one, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You ever heard any of these names? Frank and what's the other boy name? Jesse James and Frank James. Those two brothers that were major. These are known. They are celebrated as heroes. These were bank robbers and killers. What do we do today when people rob banks and kill people? We make movies and we write books about them and we celebrate them and we let kids buy the clothes and dress like them. And then, we say, these kids out here look like these killers.
So true. It's so true.
Nothing has changed. We have just been dumbfounded. They have always, they say, these dumb black kids are celebrating murderers and killers. I was a little boy growing up. Never seen Jesse James, any guy. Who you think we tried to play like when we had the guns on? And the gun, when you played the bad guy, who were you mimicking? I wasn't mimicking Dr. King, Malcolm X.
That's right.
I was mimicking white murderers, bank robbers. We're talking about guys run a saloon and start shooting. And we say, these kids will ride up and they'll just start shooting up an apartment building. I couldn't imagine where they got it from.
Right. We put it in front of
when the writings tell us what we call the Sefer, they call the Bible, there is nothing new. Maybe it's just them. There is nothing new under the sun. So there's nothing that we're doing that is new. Can y'all look this up? Listen, The whole night, women walking around with the stuff all out of breath. They've been doing this. There's nothing's been nothing.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard Georgia. Oh my God! Did he glance out? Oh my God! I went there. He said, "I heard Georgia banned what?
Ski mask.
Ski mask.
Georgia banned the ski mask as a charge. I mean, I don't say something. I mean, okay, let's go with ban the ski mask because these kids do wear the ski mask. What are we gonna do with the cowboys that walk around with the scarf around their neck and pull them straight up on their face? So why is the ski mask all of a sudden banned when all the they're gonna say that's because it was on a dusty trail. Some, but what about the ones that went on a dusty trail who were robbers? They go listen, put them up, stick them up, stick them up. Look up Billy Kid. Let's see about Billy Kid. Let's do this. I did a thing years ago on kids. I did some years ago on cowboy. His name was Henry too. He was an Indian, and he had killed just as many people as Billy the Kid did. I had a teacher because we used to talk about Billy the Kid. So what was it? I think about 5th grade. So I had a black teacher. She said, "Y'all think all cowboys were white because that's all we saw on TV." Mind you, this is 78. You didn't see black cowboys on TV. She made us do book reports on black, and it was like the ones we did with Killer were typically they would believe the one I did he was mixed, he was Indian and black. But this kid here did a lot of killing. He did just as much killing. So this stuff ain't new.
Sure.
They're trying to make it seem though as though it's new, but it's always happened. So let's just look up how many of these people that we find and see if this stuff is new.
What you want to look up?
Look up Billy the Kid. Let's look him up. How old was he? How many people he killed by it? I think he died at like 13. But then we talk these 11-year kids and all these kids. I mean, 15, 17, 18. This boy, Yvonne, he had about 8 murders. He died and he got killed. He was murdered, I think, about 26 years of age. Billy the Kid had more murders than him, and he was killed like 13, I think. What do you have on Billy the Kid?
Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to find his. No, he would escape jail. I'm going to show y'all this. Hold on, let me get to it. Okay. Ooh. He was an orphan at 15.
At what age?
15.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
He became a petty thief and turned into a life of crime. I guess that was after his mom died of tuberculosis. He was involved in several killings, including a sheriff, William Brady.
Who?
He was indicted for killing a sheriff, William
Brady. Yeah. Who killed Jim Thompson, the guy who was trying to raise them up.
Well, they say his life and exploits have been romanticized and mythologicalized.
Yeah, but how old was he? How many people he killed? He died at an early age. What was it, like 15, 16? Was it like 16 or 17 when he died?
Okay. He died. He got killed in 1881, and he was born in 1859. So how old was he? How old is that?
How old was he? 18?
No. I'm about to tell you. I got to do some math.
You know, like Texas, I was reading something. It was saying a majority of outlaws in the Old West preyed on banks, trains, stagecoach. Yeah. This is banks, trains, stagecoach. What are stagecoach? What are they equivalent to today? Stagecoach.
Stagecoach.
Yeah.
It's not a train. What is that?
No, a stagecoach would be like horses that's pulling a wagon. We have people on top. So if this is something, we just say equivalent like a vehicle, a car. It was running up on stagecoach and they were stopping, they were robbing. What we call in that carjacking.
Yeah. Excuse me.
New fan of carjacking. So how is this new? And what I looked up was where people from like in the 1700s, I didn't even get to the 1800s. It said a majority of outlaws of the Old West preyed on banks, trains, and stagecoaches. Some crimes carried out by Mexicans and Native Americans against white citizens who were targets of opportunity along the U.S.-Mexico border, particularly in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. All these states have high crime areas. Texas is definitely, because it's the same behavior. So, you know, it's so much that we look at, and based off of they try to, you know, put this in our minds like this is some kind of new area. You know, like we talking about like crooked law enforcement people. You got people like Johnny Ringo. You wouldn't know who that was. There was a guy that Doc Holliday was going to gunfight. He was actually a deputy, and he became a criminal. So, like, we're talking about how law enforcement be criminal. You guys wind up being criminals. There were plenty of people. Ike Clanton, he was another one they fought with. These guys were law enforcement officers. They were marshals, and they became gunfighters. They became criminals. You know, just stuff that they program our mind to see things a certain way, and we see our own people as like the thing ever when they are the creators of these behaviors. Just like they saying like the title like gunslinger. This was never a title they used. This is a 19th century terminology. Nobody called themselves a gunslinger. But see, they try to take it, they dress it. Listen, everybody, and this ain't about being, well, I ain't got to explain myself. However you take that, should probably I have to do that. Why aren't whites criticized for when they done wrong? Bonnie and Clyde, are they considered to be bad people, or are they considered to be people that we fantasize and they're romantic type? This is a romantic type relationship, and they both were robbing doing, but it was like a beautiful love story. Criminals, they were killers. John Dillinger, they try to call him Robin Hood. Oh, he robbed banks. He didn't rob citizens. Whose money in the banks? Well, he was robbing banks where they weren't from. I don't think they were federally bagged up. So you just look at how many times and it's on me too. We're bad about running down our people about their crimes when where did they get it from? It's been televised. When I was a little boy, I didn't know about these people. That's what we saw on TV. I'm talking about our young kids. I'm talking about what they follow, what they watch from YouTube, what they get from social media. When I was a little boy, little boys got guns for Christmas.
Yeah, that's so true.
You got guns. You got slingshots.
What a gun.
Play guns, cap gun. Then you went to pellet. You went to BB guns. BBs didn't hurt the same way. Then you went to pellet guns.
That's true.
Then we talking about these kids and their love for guns when you actually, this is what you sold us. I grew up, born in 68, grew up in the 70s. If you was a little boy in the 70s, you had guns. You either had one gun or you had two guns.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And none of us could all be the good guy.
That's true.
Good guy, bad guy. You remember this is what they pushed on us.
Yeah.
See, I sent out some information. Let me tell you how stuff works. I sent out some information for people to know. The Barbie doll. Y'all know about that? Did I have the Barbie doll?
Of course.
Yes, I had the whole house and Ken.
And did you know that Barbie was created from a prostitute?
I did not know that too.
You weren't supposed to know, but think about all her clothes, think of her shoes and how short her dress was. She was a prostitute. She was actually created from Germany, from a man that was also from Germany, who's part of the programming of the system we have today.
Yeah, that documentary, Preacher.
People don't know. We don't
My
know.
brain.
Why would they? I'm just saying, nobody taught us. Barbie is a prostitute. Look it up. She was created from Germany.
It makes sense.
Yeah, look at her dresses. They were very conservative, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody saying they collected Barbie dolls. You collected prostitutes.
Wow.
This is the thing. If you knew that, but this is what you want to get. Let me say this, folks. And I send out things and I tell my members, I know people don't do that. I tell them to watch things, to look at things, because there's always a reason why. When I watch shows, I watch things while I entertain. I'm also looking at a couple of things. I tell people how to watch television and television. As much as you might enjoy and it might be great, there is always a side note. There's another agenda being done. They work us, and by putting things in our face, they can show when it's time that you can do certain things by your reaction to things. Certain things we don't have a problem with. Look, they came out with Queer Eye for the Straight Guys. Should have never made it on television, but they started working us. Remember before we said the new normal. You remember the show? Then what came out? Then they came out with what? Will and Grace before that. They've been working us. They've been working us now. So they worked us long enough. Now we moved in. The kids can have sex changes. But see, before they even push you there, they'll always work you. And the best way to work you is advertisement. That's why they try commercials, because commercials got to see the reaction. Let's look at our sales. Let's look at what our sales are after. Think about it. Why would I run a commercial? What is my guarantee that I'm going to make money? It is because we've already did the system study on people. When you put in their face during this time of day, they are more likely to buy and do. When you run these ads, I think about at nighttime. You remember watching Mop and Glow? You laying up in the bed 11 o'clock and you see a commercial for Mop and Glow. Ain't no woman think about mopping or doing floor at no 11 o'clock. Mm-mm. You put that in the daytime when she at home, she should be cleaning. Pledge. Nobody shows you that stuff at no 1 in the morning. You remember at late night, all the shows when TV went out, you know the only thing you can watch? Home shopping and infomercials. And they made tons of money with that. How easy, how clean. You look at it, it's so quick. You get to home, you'll never get it figured. They sold you on convenience when you were asleep. You could get more. Think about how much time you could save if you bought this.
Everything's
and it's so easy and compact. This is your new refrigerator. You can take it with you. Now, you know, good and done well, you can't no deep freezer and no refrigerator at this size. But you start selling people things at the time when you felt they were more susceptible to buying it. Our women turn it into more hoarding and stuff. Look at the dolls. Pull up the information about Barbie and then just see if I'm not making this up. Was Barbie actually a prostitute? I mean, people need to know this because I tell my men to watch TV. They just go there. First thing they do, pull their pants down and open it out. Here go 2 holes, TV. Which one you want to plug? Pluck. P-L-U-C-K. I didn't say L.
You want me to send you the video too?
Oh,
you got it.
No. I see you. Let me see. I'm trying to see.
Hold on, boy.
Okay. Solid. What do you have? Because this one right here says article?
The video preacher sent.
Okay. I gotta go look that up.
I got it. I'll send it to you.
I see this right here. Oh Lord. Oh, let's see.
What's going on? No love, doctor.
Man, I'm glad you asked, man. I'm doing good, feeling good,
Nobody cares.
looking good. What more can I say?
You need to get you a mirror. That's what I think. That's what you think is bad. Tell your wife to tell you the truth.
Hey. It's a lot of people out there that disagree with you. That's all I'm saying.
Where they at? Just name one of them. Exactly.
They all in my inbox. They all in my DMs.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Good to see y'all one more time. Y'all doing all right?
Oh man, we all right.
Happy belated birthday to the birthday girl. How you doing?
Sir, I'm all is well. Thank you.
Did you do anything special for your birthday yet?
No, sir.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations again. I appreciate you and all that you do for the citizens of Rockdale County.
Oh my, thank you so much. My pleasure.
Oh yeah. I'm just getting my stuff set up and straight up. Logged on. I got the article that y'all talking about. Would you want me to go ahead and post it, or you got it, Tula?
It's right there.
Oh, I see now.
All right. So it says the first Barbie dolls not for kids origins.
Now I saw too. They said it was for men. Some as a doll that was for men. But
is it the one sent? Yeah, I think that's the one he sent. Is that the one in the chat?
Yeah. Designed by Barbie. See that?
What?
Mattel's first
Look
edition
right
sports the classic golden hair and black and white striped bathing suit. Though typically valued at $8,000, a verified original sold at auction for $27,000. Mattel partnered with famed jewelers De Beers for Barbie's 40th anniversary. She's unique for her raven hair, sheer skirt, and gold bikini top. Her diamond-laced belt led to an $85,000 price tag at auction. This Barbie was released as a promotion for the 2008 movie Barbie and the Diamond Castle. Limited edition versions were made for regular people, but the Real Things dress has 318 diamonds, making it worth $94,800. The Stefano Canturi Barbie is far and away the most luxuriously dressed girl. This Barbie's extravagant choker is made with emerald-cut Australian pink diamonds. Canturi took 6 months to make, and the necklace alone is worth $300,000.
Whoa!
The doll sold at auction for $2,500, with proceeds rightfully going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation.
It's crazy.
Oh, this way on it.
No, that wasn't. But you know how it is. You got to do it in a way. What I was trying to show is where it was originally. Listen, Barbie, you still talking? Can't hear. We can't hear nothing you're saying. But what I was explaining to them, Barbie was actually created off a prostitute, a German prostitute. They gave it to us because of the man that created it. They actually brought him in, CIA and them brought him in. These people were a part of the mind control of people.
CIA?
Yes. Listen, y'all don't, I'm trying to get people to understand. I try to get them to watch stuff. You don't watch a movie. There's not a movie out they don't have a control over. They own studios. Listen, they own the studio. You remember growing up watching Jimmy Stewart, It's a Wonderful Life? You remember Jimmy Stewart? When you know him, James? Big renown for years ago. He worked for the CIA. All these people, CIA, Ben Crosby, all these people, they were hired by them. Why would you know it? You're not supposed to know.
That documentary, preacher, that documentary will open people's eyes.
Did you get your eyes open, sweetie?
It's crazy. It's crazy how you think you know things, but not as deep as they go. It's deep.
Do they control more than what she think?
Yes, psychologically, which I had an idea, but not as deep as they actually do. Everything is controlled psychologically, and drugs.
That's why they listen. Tell them at Building Therapy, y'all had to take an oath. Same thing with that. You have to take an oath. There are certain things you cannot talk about, discuss, because those are people they hire. People don't even know, what was the guy? Sigmund Freud? What's the crazy guy with the hair? Einstein, what was his name? Was it Freud?
Einstein, right?
His nephew.
They're all look crazy.
But the thing is, they brought his nephew in. His nephew is the one that brought in and taught them how to sell advertisement. These people have no idea. These people hire psychiatrists. That's what they brought him in. The Germans are the people that taught them how to take everything. They watch it and show them. I try to show them everything. These people are responsible for the killing of these people. These people are responsible for the killing of Tupac Shakur too. Tupac was actually moving on a platform of trying to move them from violence. He had been talking to his stepfather in prison. They were moving to try to get the Crips, and this is what's crazy. Tupac was setting up concerts. Look at this, love. I can't remember. You just go on YouTube. You'll see what Tupac would end up telling them that he will bring all them out there, but they couldn't sell drugs and they could not do violence. He told them, you gotta stop. He said, we got to stop it. I will bring all of these guys here and I will have them to perform for you. This was free. Trying to get them to stop because his father-in-law, his stepfather was talking to him on how they needed to unite.
It's great. That documentary, people.
He was talking about the violence with the kids. He told them they couldn't do it. They're trying to make them agree on not doing it.
What's a phrase you recommend I type in?
I guess Tupac offering to do free concerts. Stop the game down. Maybe that might come up. I just want to see a clip. It's not long. Just watching him. This was years ago. I seen him do it. But they show you the part of Tupac where they framed him on the rape. Once he had that rape charge, he lost credibility.
Mm-hmm. Put
Same
on
thing
to
with Mike Tyson.
Violence.
Same thing with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson and Pac was cool. They were friends. He was at that fight that night when he got killed. Mike wanted Pac to be there. And Mike would have started listening to that kind of talks, putting that kind of rhetoric out about nonviolence.
Yeah.
They destroyed these people. Like, I'm trying to think. It was a bit. Let me see. I'm sorry about that.
To stop violence. Bueno, at the end, maybe. Because that's what in the documentary.
What you said, Dr. Jones?
Edward Benet. That's in that. He's exactly right. Edward Benet. I can't remember his name. He was the person responsible for teaching them. They gave him Edward Benet. They gave him an apartment in New York. He's the person that started selling people with the commercials. He said you had to make people make them think it made them better. That's how he sold. They would have a coat that won't be like how the coat made her feel, or they're like you see, you'll get a car, it'll show you that the car doing all that. It make you think this car because Edward Benet. They paid him. He is the one that taught them. They put him in a penthouse where he could watch people, and he the one taught them how to program people to buy. That's how all these companies make money based off of Edward Benet. I've been gave y'all this stuff, right? Right. Who told y'all to watch it? When you got that, where did you get that information from?
Oh my.
I've been told y'all to do, but you included. Let me tell you something. They don't watch nothing. They don't pay attention. Let me tell you, I watch Scooby-Doo stuff. Anything come on with Scooby-Doo and some tired black folk with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, boy, they finna lose it. I've been waiting on it to come out. Daddy girl. Man, I'm not finna watch nothing. I don't watch that junk. Only thing I watched with Oprah was color purple. My teacher made me watch, and I had to watch it.
Your teacher made you watch it?
Yeah, she made us watch it. We were like, man, watching that junk. I was in 12th grade. When color purple came, like watching that stupid junk. She was gonna fail us an English team. We were like, man, watch that good. She had watched it. She was pushing that junk on her. I'm like, man, we like that's girl junk. We don't want to watch that junk. Making cigarette. They remember years ago, you know when they sold you cigarettes on TV, they would have a white woman. She had this extension thing, darling. Ooh, darling. Remember that? Jaja Jabu, all the people, they all had the accent. They made women want to talk French.
Yeah.
They did. They made that look sexy on TV, having the accent, having the English accent. And they would always smoke. This is right here. I had Rod. Look what Rod said. When I mentioned it, you mentioned it back in 2012. This 2025. Listen, these members I got. Let me tell you something. Terrible people. Terrible. They don't watch nothing. It ain't all of them. Please don't think something. I'll be on it. They terrible people. They don't pay attention to nothing. They don't listen to nothing. They don't watch Scooby-Doo, something stupid. They gonna stay on video game. They ain't gonna pay attention. They don't know nothing about life. They don't realize you being programmed all the time.
All the time.
You don't watch TV and not being programmed. You have to know how to watch it intelligently when you know where your information is coming from. That's why you see certain actors, they're part of their system.
Mm-hmm.
These actors are owned and paid for by the CIA. I don't know what people are thinking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's your thing here. Hold on. Uh-oh. Wait a minute now. Whoa, that ain't it.
And look at Trump. The past this big dumb stupid bill. What do you think he did in order to get that done? That bill should have had the whole America in uproar.
Oh,
just like right. They're already test tasting. They sold people on Mexican as being the drug cartels. There are no drugs in the world except for Mexicans. What would the Italian mob selling before we heard about the Mexican? The Russian mob is the most dangerous mob. Why we don't hear about the Russian mob over here? Why we don't hear about none other mob? The Irish mob is huge. New York, New Jersey, Boston is Irish.
Yeah.
They keep coming out to tell you the Irish are huge.
Yeah, that's CIA drugs. You told us to watch is amazing.
Massachusetts is the Irish. Why is he not saying these people transport and sell drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, the only way to get this done, DEA, I watched them early morning. They just showed a major bust in Georgia, in Gwinnett County, in the vegetables. Drug, listen, hundreds of pounds of drugs. And you know who they said belong to? The Mexicans. Mm-hmm. Why would they do this? Because they want us to sign off on Mexicans being deported. You need to support the agenda. Why? Listen, show me the last one they done busted. Where they done showed it. Show me the last arrest for Italian mob for being busted for drugs in New York. There's not unions that's not controlled by the mafia. Ain't no Mexican control no unions. That's Italian. Any fool knows that.
Yep.
Look at them. Amazing. They rarely get hit with RICO and gang charging, but the dope boys, they get those charges all the. He lives in New York. They'll act like the Italians don't do. Italians hate blacks. A lot of them don't care for you whatsoever. Okay, these people don't. Let me tell you, they'll deal with you and tolerate you. They really don't care for you.
Everybody.
Well, I'm just saying though, and it's not. Let me say this is not every Italian. Please don't take that to the maximum. But when you look at the people for the system, $4 million worth of meth found in Cucumber Box in North Georgia, busted. That's Gwinnett County.
Yep.
This is why all this happened at DA done got them. They named it 2 Mexican groups. They're never talking about the Italian and the Irish mob or the Russian mob. Why? Because all these people in cahoots, and the only problem they got with the Mexicans are moving it better than they moved it and getting better prices, and they're growing too big, which means they're taking money away from them. So now you put that out on the Mexican. If we can convince everybody in America that Venezuela, these poor people ain't got nothing, Venezuelans and Mexicans are responsible for all the drugs in America. I sold drugs 1986 to 96, 5, something like that, back, or 85, anywhere, 95, somewhere now. So you talking about, I never bought any drugs for anybody Mexican. No Hispanic. Back when I was coming on, it was the Cubans. It was the Colombians. You don't even hear about them no more. They move a lot of drugs. People, but none of the whites are taking responsibility. Companies you need to learn. Do you remember the Bayer Corporation, the Bayer aspirin your doctor prescribed? You learn from the documentary. They're the people that brought you heroin. and told you it was safe. Nobody's going after beer. Nobody's shitting beer down. Tylenol had how many deaths before? You remember one time it was a big mess with Tylenol? People, what happened to Tylenol? The hospital still prescribed it and know it's terrible and it could give you Motrin. Tylenol is one of the worst medications you can take, and yet the hospital still prescribe it.
Mm-hmm.
The detriment it does to your stomach lining, other things to do. Everybody know Motrin is safer, but what they pushing?
Tylenol.
Yeah, because this is their system.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We got another former New Yorker, very much so in New York. You don't want to be in that neighborhood after dark. What neighborhood you talking about? The black neighborhood? See, and again, this ain't about hating Mexicans, Italians, blacks, whites. It's about the fact that we as people have been given bad ideology or bad perceptions of one another. So we naturally are violent toward one another and blaming one another when it is the people who sit in those high seats that are causing us to become so violent toward each other.
Thanks.
You don't have the power as citizens to displace nobody. Listen, the people that finance the slave trade are the same people that are financing this drug trade. They hid behind other nationality and make us fight it. That's true. Look at the JP Morgan. JP Morgan is the largest bank in America. There's not a larger bank. Bank of America is not bigger than JP Morgan. Wells Fargo is not bigger than Wells. And definitely no Truist. Any of y'all that use what that Truist Bank? What's the name?
Truist.
Who?
Truist.
Truist. You can't be no more. That's about the worst bank. Actually, a check for now. I won't even cash it. Get that junk out my face. Go get a real.
You know that's
bank.
BB&T. That's who bought out BB&T.
No, they not BB&T. They bought them out, so they not BB&T. Okay, I know who BB&T was. BB&T was better. Truist bought them out and messed them completely up. They wiped away the name. Bank, just like people don't realize Bank of America bought out Bank South. That used to be Bank South before that. They had another name. I can't remember the name before Bank South. So all these banks do, they come along and flip people out, keep switching and keep moving. Remember that commercial? That's what I like about the South. That was the Bank South commercial. They had to it. But anyway, all these people are just, look at Wells Fargo. They've been out since Wells Fargo, probably one of the oldest banks. They were out during the time of Cowboy Move. Remember that? It was the Wells Fargo. That was the Stagecoach. That's like woman is working overtime. No mention of past drug sales was spoken.
Yeah.
That's one that is working overtime. No mention. I don't know. JP Morgan. I talked to Carnegie's. JP Morgan, when he was alive, was an agent of the Rothschild. All these people. Listen, the Carnegies, Rothschilds, the JP Morgan, all these people are the same people responsible for the start of your CIA. What's going on? Doing that Confederate? Doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Confederate, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, everybody.
Man, you got that sun shining. You got up like we're in the wrong place on here. We so pitch black.
It's 102 degrees at 6:36 in the lovely city of Phoenix, Arizona. I sent you I sent you a text message saying it was 116 yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Yeah, 116 degrees.
That's too much.
Yes. Well, I want to start out with saying hello to Miss Tula. Happy belated birthday to you. To the Honorable Tony Smith. To the loved one and only love doctor. Last but not least, your resident Dr. Joe. This is your neighbor, Confederate State 48, saying hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscription, and hit the cash out. But yeah, what wonderful show tonight. Just was touching in on the fact of Rob was talking about, how all these companies, they go around and they switch banks and they do all this and they do all that. Like COINTELPRO, that's one of those covert operations that they use to get rid of Fred Hampton, the Black Panther Party, and all of that. And it's still doing the same thing today. it's just amazing. Right, I said it years ago that these people are the same people, but they just they just change the names. They the same. They do the same thing, but they just change the names, change
White
their
Russell.
faces, but it's the same people. Yeah, like you said, Wells Fargo was known back, like you said, in the 1800s for a part of the slave trade. You know, the Confederate state. When they had before they were called dollars, they were called greenbacks. You remember they were greenbacks, and they were backed by the Confederacy, and they didn't have any backing, so they got rid of it. And because they had two currencies in the United States, the greenbacks, and then they had the dollar bill. But during the Civil War, the economy was so bad, so these people they've been doing the same thing for the beginning of time. But wonderful show tonight. I also want to touch on too. I was thinking about you. You had Miss Tula for a matter of fact. I was thinking, said, okay, we ain't gonna give you your actual age, but you
It's
are
all
a little under 60 and over 55.
very low.
So
Very
so, and I was thinking about this. I said, okay, he over 60. He under 60.
46.
He under 60. Over 55. Right? I said, now, Miss Tula, she ran up in that age too now. But now I thought about this now, and this is a testament to the both of y'all. Now my hat goes up to y'all. I said, you two have been in a committed relationship over 30 years, right? So I'm looking at commitment. I want to kind of talk about commitment tonight just a little bit because I thought about it. I said, commitment comes with continuity, and longevity, and there's another one too. Oh gosh, I can't think of the word. Not being what I don't want to say, not being wishy-washy, but being committed. Committed. Oh gosh, I can't think of the word. Y'all help me out. Consistent. There it is. Consistency. So, when Rob was talking about, consistency, being consistent, not like being in something for a while, then stopping, doing something for a little while, then stopping, being a little, then stopping. You can't really gain momentum that way. And a lot of times, I think people, they suffer failures because of the lack of continuity, the lack of commitment. And I really, really appreciate you two because of the consistency that y'all display and the longevity. Because you was talking in one of the lessons, you was talking about Art Meeks, and I said, well, I mean, ain't too much I can say, about it. About the hamburger and the chicken. I said, I ain't got too much to say too because there's a lot of things that I can look at and take self inventory on and say, you know what, I need a little bit more consistency, a little bit more continuity, and a little bit more longevity. Because I think what happens is when people don't stick to a regiment, they like discipline. And I think that's very, very important, especially in this day and age, because there's no discipline in society. People don't like something, they move it on to the next person, place, or thing, and they won't tough it out. They don't stick it out. And you were talking about Yeshua in terms of salvation. A lot of people look at themselves and count themselves out. They can't be saved because of this, that, and the other. But I believe just staying committed, staying dedicated, and staying committed is very essential to what they call salvation. And I really want to touch on that tonight because when you were talking to Art Meeks about him changing his diet and stuff like that, a lot of stuff be self-inflicted, and then we want to kind of blame Yahuwah Omaha and stuff like that. It actually, the problem lies within ourselves. And I just wanted to come on tonight and say that really, really struck a chord with me because a lot of the times I ride an emotional high, and then all of a sudden it's almost like a crash because of a situation comes along, and it kind of like throw you, and it's like a setback. Speaking of which, my health issues, which I'm coming along pretty good, but now my wife is taking a turn for the worse, and I appreciate you, y'all pull off for her as well. And so I just want to say that because we have to still persevere even though things come our way. You know what I mean? Like to challenge us and to see where we really are. I think it was in Allah Dabarin when he told him he took them through the wilderness for Midbar for 40 years to prove them, to see what was in them, that their shoes didn't wax old, their clothes didn't, and just to see them that they shouldn't live by, Lacan Malone, but by every debar that comes out of the Paul Yahuwah. And I just really, really wanted to talk about that just a little bit tonight because, man, quitting ain't an option. Failure is not an option. But you can't look at a shortcoming or something that you know that you're the culprit of and blame it on someone else and then use that as an excuse to quit or not to measure up. And I really think, you are, and you too, Miss Tula, and y'all too, Love Doctor and Resident Joe, but just our matriarch and patriarch because they've been doing it so long. And I know they faced challenges over the 30 plus years they've been married, but they're a testament to us that, you can do, if you really want it, you can do it. You can make it. You don't have to settle for, I'm not gonna make it. It's not for everybody can be saved except me. You know what I mean? And I just want to touch on that tonight. I didn't really have much tonight, but I just wanted to call in and say that I have you all, appreciate you all, and
appreciate you.
I saw that there was a shooting, a mass shooting, somewhere in a mall in Georgia. I called. I don't know where it was, but I wanted to make sure, everyone was okay. I saw it on the ticker on the evening news, the 5 o'clock news. With what's the guy, Tom Yamas? I seen it.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, it was a shooting somewhere in Georgia. A mall shooting. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was okay, but wasn't for show tonight.
We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And what you're saying is,
oh wow, there was.
It's always something going on, in all honesty, and when you look at things, but will people ever look at, what change coming? I'll say this, kind of in line with, but kind of I guess a little bit different with.
There it is.
With everything going on, I think it's the mall shooting. In Savannah, Georgia, leaves 3 injured. Well, I mean, in time you let, when you induce people with alcohol and drugs, misinformation, disinformation,
right,
lack of education, lack of resources, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get it. I mean, let's just be honest. We know what the problem is because you set up people off to believe that the real enemy is the person that looks like them. I don't have to worry about the white man coming doing the midst. The person live next door to me. The person live next door to me victimizes me because the white man gives a different penalty for me if I do something to him than you. That's why I chose you. It ain't I hate you. He gives me less time if I afflict you, if I take from you. He gives me more time if I take from him. So it's just going to be common that I'm going to take from you. So a lot of things we have is a lot of disinformation, misinformation. And they purposely set things up to keep you away from us. What you do, you raise the price of what it costs to live in better neighborhoods. You make it become unaffordable. So now you compact a large number of people of low income together. People that already look at they've been disenfranchised. You pack them on top of each other. So now what's going to happen? We're going to explode. That's just it. I mean, and it's bad. And I've been guilty of it. I'm not going to say until I've been guilty of it, of naturally looking at we are the problem. We do have problems, and we have a lot of problems. We have a lot to work on, a lot of things that need to be adjusted and need to be addressed. But it's just getting somebody bold enough to be able to stand up and see your people are dying. The people that look like you are being mass incarcerated. Well, I want you to tell them the truth. I don't think we have time for us to keep shucking and jiving with them and playing with them. There's no more time to entertain them. It's time to take our entertainment back. It's time to come off the field. It's time to put the ball down, and we need to strategize because we are the people down. I mean, the June team is a disaster. I don't care who had it, what it had. It was a disaster, you know, because it came. We had the same equipment. What did we do June 20th?
Right.
See, they keep everybody that brings it together are people that work for their system. Because all of them think, I want to try to get in Vet Day. I want to get a booth. I want a booth for what? Why are you trying to sell us something? You need to give us intelligence, give us direction. And a lot of our people will listen. But you to keep thinking, let us blow some fireworks up and let us drink and shake our boot. They had a lady that won it. This woman, you know, she had talent, but for where we're at, it wasn't. That was you know, it made as much sense as taking a pig to a Jewish business. It made absolutely no sense whatsoever when you looking at you. Listen, the bills that Trump had just passed and introduced, and they're gonna make legislation. He's gonna sign the law. Will affect us at a mass amount. You're going to have about 17 million people that's going to lose life insurance, lose health insurance. You got people that's going to have to get out of this, going to leave senior citizen home care facilities. You got hospitals that's going to be shutting down. Yeah, dogs is going to let. I got one of mine now is an educator. He also does a part-time job with the Boys and Girls Club. You know, they told him they just signed that bill today, correct?
Right, they did.
And you know they told him today, we ain't gonna listen, all fun and all with, go find you another job.
Wow.
They told him today. They didn't tell him this from last week. They told him today when that bill passed. We're done. This is Boys and Girls Club. You know how many people grew up through the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, I was one of them.
And guess what? Those days are over. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They know that the Boys and Girls Club was a valuable part of a black community. Boys and Girls are not in a stoop community, they're in a community that need help giving kids outlet. They're showing you, I need people of color locked up. What do these other black politicians, all these other people that hand puppety people want to do? They want you to party and dance and shake your booty and get drunk.
That's right.
Now listen, I'm telling you something I told my members. This is flat to the T. Even they behind me put on notice. You're not going to make it. I'm not going to carry all these people. I'm done. I have fought my people for years. They on him. How many years have I been telling people to do something, become proactive, support them, how they need to build and come together? I'm done. I'm done. Not my problem. Listen. Everybody had played around way too long at the expense of someone's going to take care of me. This is why we're in the It is not Trump's fault. I will not blame Trump. Trump did not make us depend on that system. We decided to be lazy. Our parents, they went, anybody who will get them a hand up and you'll get rid of your kill streak, that's what you'll do. I will not give up my kill streak. I'm a predator. I have to hunt every day. How many days a week do I stay home in the bed, Tuvin?
No.
I get up every day because I gotta eat. Every day I'm a hunter. I got to listen. My boys are well capable and they take care of business. I assure you I'm there because I'm a hunter. I gotta eat. I ain't looking for nobody to give me nothing. I ain't looking at Trump ain't took nothing from me because I ain't gave him nothing to take from me.
Right.
What hurts me are the people that we have among us that have nothing, that have played around and counted food stamping, welfare of these people. Section 8, how long did you think this was gonna last?
Right.
I told my years ago, I had told him they are Rumpelstiltskin. What did Rumpelstiltskin? Did he actually let this woman get free gold?
Nope.
What did he
want? That firstborn child.
And why do you think these folks gave us? Why do you think they gave us food stamp and welfare? And why do you think they gave us assistance in school? Because I want your child.
Come on. Wow.
And these people so dumb and blind and afraid of losing position, afraid of losing status with these people. Your people are dying.
Yeah. You know, that is said that I don't know how true it is, and maybe Love Daddy could probably pull it up the facts on it. They said that you know the bill that Trump passed, they passed the big beautiful bill. It was going
The
to
big
add
dumb
3
stupid bill.
right. It was going to add $3 trillion to the deficit, right? And
Minimum.
then
I'm saying 5.
minimum. But what got me was this, and I don't know. They said that translates to the households losing approximately $5,200 a year. The cost of living, $5,200 a year per household. I don't know how true it is. They said it went up from $1,800 to $5,200 per household, the cost of living, because of this bill. And I was like, wow, that's sad. Then for them to touch Medicaid and Medicare, and then Social Security, say they're not gonna do it, but we already see them tapping on the door to it, because I just recently had a phone call from disability, because they put me on disability. They said, well, I qualify. They didn't put me on it. I'd be lying if they said they put me on it. But I qualify for disability. I remember I had talked to you, Dr. Joe, about when I went to the. You remember that you had gave me some advice on that. So they had what they did. They had finally gave me the disability, and when they gave me the disability, just last week they called me on the phone and told me that they were gonna cut my benefits, and I said, well, why you guys cut my benefits? They said, because you still have a job. And I told them, I said, sir, ma'am, I don't have a job. I quit my job 2 years ago to work for myself, and they literally told me to give them proof that I'm not employed anymore. And I'm like, well, they gave me a letter of termination. They gave me these other documents stating I didn't work for them anymore. So I'm looking at like, well, I applied for disability. I got denied the first time, but then when I talked to you, Dr. Joe, I went in and talked to the guy again. They evaluated me, they passed it. But I'm saying all that to say this. Now, they don't want you working, but then when they give you disability, now they're trying to take that away from me. I'm like, this makes no sense to me. And then I work for the company that I work for. I could have received unemployment, but I never did receive any unemployment. I didn't apply for it. I just said I'll use my savings. I'll try to get me a little business going for myself to generate some income. But now that they're trying to touch the disability, what does that say for people that are in worse situations than me, like the elderly, and they're on a fixed income? I mean, we just see a bad situation getting worse. And like you were saying, not everybody's out to fleece the system. There are actually some people that actually need of the system, and they're pulling the rug from up under them.
Yeah. I'm so sad.
Really,
and I really think it's sad to see that what is that going to lead society to? People, crime is definitely going to go up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People are not going to just sit aside and just starve to death. You know what I mean? People are going to do what they have to do to support their families. But when you say that you're not going to touch Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, people paid into this, and it's just sad to see, because my wife, she works a seasonal job. She drives school buses, and obviously it's the summertime, so she's not working, and she put in for unemployment. I think she had like $62,000 in the deposit. What do you call it? You get a credit.
Security.
Your credit for unemployment. They denied her because of her doctor wrote her a note saying that she can't work due to her brain disorder. And I'm like, I said, man, it's really, really getting bad. Like, I'm just like, this is a good thing we depend on Yahuwah, not so much as the system, and like you say, getting out and making them wait for yourself and not waiting on nobody to give you a handout. So,
right.
we here now, and I don't think it's gonna get any better.
Listen, everything that people have saved up, and it's gonna hurt whites. I don't want to make it just so. I think it's kind of be disingenuous to not say, it's not everybody gonna say, oh, it's gonna affect black. It's gonna affect everybody. It's whites, blacks, Indian, Mexicans, Italians, China, Asian. It's affecting. It's nobody's gonna be exempt. And the problem is, when people have made them a little money, they seem to think that's the covering for everything in life. Because now everything that you put up in your 401k, you put up in your savings, they're gonna make you empty that before they help you. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to go and you're gonna get trained. All these people, they're gonna have to go and they're gonna get training for 80 hours in order to keep it. So if you had a job, what job is gonna allow you to go put 80 hours in for? Yeah, they finna listen. Section 8 food. Listen, I'm telling you, I done talked the talk. It's here now. I said, listen, what I'm telling y'all, I told my man, I put in there, I said, listen, it's here now. Now it's time for everybody to stand up on your own 2 feet, and then we're gonna find out what you believe.
Yep.
That's it. I'm not kidding myself. Listen, you played around, you stayed around, you ain't do what you need to do. My members will tell you, I ain't just saying that. And I just started talking about doing something and how we need to unify and fortify and put something together. I just started talking about that when the bill came up. I've been telling them for years they don't listen. So now you've done your way. Let's see how your way make for you. Listen, a man make room for me. I told him that, did I not? So you know what you're supposed to, he provides. If you have not, it's gonna show. That's it. Either you're a follower or you've been on your own. So however you do it, please don't. I don't want to talk about it. Listen. I'll talk about this big, beautiful, big, dumb, stupid bill because there's a lot of people that's getting hurt from it.
Yeah, I seen it first. I'm experiencing it firsthand. I ain't worried about it, but it was a slap in the face. I mean, I just been on disability like for the last 2 years, and they already.
And it's too long for them. That's
like,
sad.
Wow.
They don't, because you're not. My mother was on disability years ago for cancer. She had cancer twice. And she met a lady one day. Well, she wound up going back to work eventually, and she fought for that disability to get it. The lady saw her in the restaurant, and the lady called her over and asked her did she remember her. My mama told her no, she didn't. And she said, I was the person handling your case for disability. She told her that she denied her.
What?
Yeah, she told her, I denied you. She said, oh, yeah, of course, what do you say? Somebody telling you that. She said, the only reason I approved you, she said, your doctor said to go ahead and give it to you, that you wouldn't live long enough to collect a lot of it.
Wow.
But she wound up recovering. I'm telling you that. So they only give it to you that if you're going to die. They don't give it to you if you're going to live.
That is crazy.
So
that woman had the audacity.
No, I didn't. So, man, that's the only reason they gave it to me because I was at stage 4, and that's so. Wow.
They only gave it to you because they were not expecting for you to make it. No, they don't give it to you if you can make it. People, I don't know where they get that. Yeah, it's some people no doubt faking it, but I tell you what color they ain't.
Mm-hmm.
It run you through enough hoops and jump you through. It don't make no listen. If you got money in your 401k, if you own your home, if you got a profit share, it's going to make you empty. The goal, listen, what people don't realize, and I try to tell these people, they don't listen. Okay. A poor person can be subservient. A person with independent will question. You don't need people when you say, hey, go do this. And you say, why? That means you're thinking. They want to teach you to be a soldier. A soldier is not. You don't get a soldier to think. You get a soldier to follow orders. So now you're going to use poor people to follow orders. See, the rappers, the entertainers, you know what they do? This is how they get you. They're millionaires, practically billionaires. But guess who they talk like? Poor people. Now, they don't talk like that when they sit down at the table talking to Clyde Davis, when they talking to Tony Montana, what his name for Lucian Green. None of them. They talk them. They know how to talk, with education, talk like they got sent. But when they talk to you, what they got taught to? You know what I'm saying? I slides. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I get out from mine. You know what I'm saying? No, I call that. I want that smoke, but you don't say that when you're talking to them. You say it to a poor people because a poor people will buy the hype that you're one of them. Just like politicians that go to the poor neighborhood. I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club. I grew up scripting. Because they feel like there is a connection.
Right.
See, when you tell your story, you have to tell your story as now it's time to bring you out. Now it's time to bring. They never bring us out. They give you more things to become poor. You see what I'm saying? It depletes you more. And that's why you gotta get people that's sensitive to the care of people, to the welfare of people. Whites, blacks, Hispanic. Nobody picked these colors. These are colors we were given. Just like our sexuality. I can't go tell these people that there's a white man inside of me. They're not gonna buy it because they see this black skin, which is actually brown.
Right.
But I can go and tell them that there's a woman inside of me and they see this male figure with a beard and a mustache with no breast.
Yeah.
It's all about the dramatic of what they want to sell you. Homosexuality depletes a population. Listen, you want to kill people because they work it. You gave them alcohol. You gave them cigarettes with a higher content. The alcohol, you made a higher content than you get whites. The cigarettes, you put a higher concentration of nicotine. So then you gave them the birth control. You gave them the condoms. You gave them abortions. Now you give them homosexuality.
And all the sodium too, bro. The chips and all that, the most rap chips and all that stuff.
At one time, Fanta drink was a quality drink. Now they gave us the Big K drink.
Yeah.
They gave the Big K high sugar. They gave you for Shaheed Treat. They don't put those in white neighborhoods in the store.
No, me and my wife was talking about that the other day. Yeah, they don't put
everything with the red dye. Now the red dye that comes from an unclean bug that comes in and dye your whole insides. So between the food, then you dumb down the schools. So I mean, yeah. What I'm gonna tell you? Let me just be frank with y'all. I'm tired. I don't talk that right. I told my mom, I'm done. I'm done. They have depleted me. The man passed the bill. It's the best thing that could have happened. Yahuwah let it go through, not Trump, not the country. We have depended on these people too long. It's time for you to look to your maker.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the time to look to your maker. Now I told them they're gonna see how it's gonna come out. Everybody do what you do. Let's see how it all work out. That's what I told them. They go from 50 Cent to Curtis Jackson. That's it. He taught them he can't call no 50 Cent. They might call him 50. They know it's like, hey, Curtis. But you see him on the street, it's 50.
Like you said, he's down to make a fool out of him.
He know how to put a suit on and start doing Hollywood, don't he? He barely do concerts. He got to do that because the only reason he do concerts is for what reason? Because they won't hire you if you can't show a black connection.
Right.
Denzel Washington, too many people loved him. What they do? They gave him training day. Showed them the other. Of course I'm gonna believe Denzel. I want to do it to show with Versatile. Denzel, we knew you were versatile. You did Glory. You did Soldier Story. We already knew when they brought you to Ricochet, you started changing your image.
Then they had him
the training day to show you were versatile. You weren't showing you were versatile. That white man wanted to make sure we didn't love you too much, Denzel.
They said they had him on that new Gladiator film. They had to cut the scene. They had him in a homosexual scene.
And you saw that was his last movie?
Yeah.
Noted that was his last movie.
Yeah.
They went to free.
Yeah. You got to go. So listen, guess what? Another con.
Oh God.
Selling the people some good, clean white Jesus.
Yeah. Wow.
Denzel, you have done your job.
Yeah.
Listen, he raped you from one end to another. It's just tired, man. It's tiring. That was his first movie he did. He showed himself. Then he went to Philadelphia. Listen, a black man represent a homosexual white man who did not. Because let me tell you, the image that they showed you, he did not agree with the homosexuality. He did not like it. Didn't want no part of it. But then he grew to appreciate him. Mm-hmm. He grew to be a fighter for him because they needed to do what? Get people of color to accept and fight for homosexuality. What we do now?
Yeah,
see, they won. They won. Listen, these people. My wife, they don't. These people, they use you. Listen, women are simple. All we want to do is hear a story in, a kiss, a happy. They know how to get you. They make them hate men. They show one bad man, and they'll look, all these women. Now Puffy beat up all these women. It was Cassie Ventura. All of a sudden now he done beat all these black women out here at the courthouse. All of her did it death because he done beat all of them now. They grab somebody else's story and fall in love with. They fall in love with a TV actor who don't know them, don't care nothing about, and they love them.
Yeah, I find that kind of like strange too. I was talking about like
it's called psychotic.
How they can turn it on and off, you know, from the acting mode to the real personality. Like that's really interesting to see how they, you know, you say you don't like the character, but you like the individual. But then they go in and out of these characters. But then how much is that actually them as an individual? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can only play a role so many times until you step into that character and become one with the character. Because I've heard that a lot of those actors have to come one with the character. Like, how can you play a homosexual and you not have homosexual tendencies? You know what I mean? It don't make sense to me. Just like they were saying something like the basketball girl Brittany Griner they're saying I don't know how true, but they're trying to say she's actually a man and she was taking hormones, estrogen as a child, and now they have a video of her going around on YouTube with topless. I'm like it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, they got her actually topless on the pool side. The girl that played, you remember the one that got locked up in Russia?
Yeah. She looked rough.
But I'm like, man, it's definitely her.
Seeing that picture.
You saw that little doctor? Yeah, it's like
she looked like a man. Yeah, she looked a
girl. Let me tell y'all something. Well, a lot of this stuff, for me, I believe they actually created. When women go to the doctors and they getting checkups, getting treatments, and for for pregnancy, I think that these people actually induce them with things. So once they get these people, and once you find that you kind of different than other people that are the same sex, it's kind of natural for you to buy into something because you don't feel accepted. With her being a female, being that tall, you know what a lot of people say? That's unusual. Women aren't really that tall. So you keep hearing that, or they say, wow, you're taller than most men. So now you look at other tall men, it's easy for you to buy into the sexuality. See, these people that work on you that you call, what are these baby doctors, whatever they call these people? What are these doctors called? Who? Pediatrician, not even pediatrician, the ones you go to when you're pregnant, prenatal doctors and different things. They're working. They're doing tests. They're testing. They're doing shots. They're drawing things. And while they can draw, they can also put in.
That's true.
Listen, a lot of these things that people say don't make sense. It's all an operation. We're not talking about on the table. These people are trained by. You listen. What these people? Let me tell you something. When you look, this is what people don't realize. Okay, when you look at a doctor, when you look at a surgeon, they have the same type of work, same kind of workings as a Kohan.
You caught on that one before. They're the lab coats and they go in the sterile. Yeah.
When do they supposed to put this stuff on?
When they go in the secluded part, when they go in Yeah.
That's right. And can you go into the operating room?
No, you cannot.
Because it's considered to be Kodash.
Right.
So when they come out, what do? They take them off when they get ready and put on their own clothes. The same thing that the Kohan does. What they do, they learn how to search. When you look at the offerings that you make, which is Kuban, those offerings have to be dissected. What do you have to take out? You offer the liver, the kidneys, the heart. You take the hind, the thigh. You know what they wind up doing? A lot of these people sometimes from diabetes. Guess what they do? They surgically wind up removing your legs.
Yeah.
Part of your offering was the thigh.
The thigh, yeah. Wow.
Listen, people don't know. They don't know. They can't think. They can't process to realize these people take an oath. Listen, when you will not meet these doctors. There'll be very few, very far in between that will buy into. They will not believe in any natural working cure. They only believe in what they know that has been given them by science. They swear oath to this. This is what they. You can tell them about natural. They'll say, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But this is what we do. This is what you can't. You're not going to move them. You're not going to move them.
Ooh, this world is sick.
You move over to start practicing in the natural medicine. You know what they do? They ostracize. Let me tell you something. I know that he went to jail. He just gotten out. They locked him up for this practice. Oh, he told me, he said, listen, brother. He said he went to Africa, he got introduced in the natural. Listen, very well known in college now. I want these people to come out again. But he's an older guy. Listen, great help. He was very instrumental in helping me with a lot of things. Before I had arsenic in my blood, I used to have to get chelation. That's the first time I learned about chelation.
Mm-hmm.
He stopped doing it. He told me flat, I needed my blood pressure, but he said, listen, I'm not going to prescribe them to you. He said, if you want to get them, you get them from another doctor. And he was a licensed doctor. He told me flat. He said, I'm not going to do it. He said, brother, when I seen what this stuff do to our people, he said, I won't prescribe that stuff to him.
Mm-hmm.
Very educated, very knowledgeable, but he just won't do it. He said, I'm not going to do it. He said, brother, when I learned about this stuff, when I started learning about the natural way of eating, the whole nine, he won't touch it. He just said, I'm not doing it. He's very plant-based oriented.
He is.
He just will not subscribe to it anymore. He's almost 80, in great shape, still doing seminars, still practicing, still teaching. He will not do it. But when you buy into that, let me tell you something. They kick you out. They will. People. Do you understand? It's criminal for these people to cross over. It's criminal. For them to start trying to subscribe to and push it, it's almost criminal for these people. I had another doctor. I consider him kind of be a friend too. I used to have really bad knee problems. Okay, he fixed that for me. I had another guy getting in the NFL. He would have never gotten in the NFL. So I took him to him. He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't make it. He would tear his hamstring. He couldn't do it. I took him. Listen, fixed it, and he played. He know the person. Listen, He took they had a person that come to him. This person in a wheelchair, messed up, correct? I'm telling y'all. He got this guy up, walking, normal living. You know what they told him? If he do it again, he going to jail.
What?
He had to move his. Listen, he had to take it, practice out of here. He had to take it to South America.
I believe
that. You saying
we're gonna do business together. They let him know if you do it again, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
People don't even realize, man.
It's deep. This world is
no idea. These people you swear to an oath.
Mm-hmm.
These people will get you.
Dr. Joe, have you ever experienced? Dr. Joe, have you ever experienced like your superiors or anything trying to promote you, giving students or younger people bad advice or not giving them wholesome information? Have you ever been enticed to do that or approach along that line?
The only time I could remember is during my clinical classes. I did have a homosexual professor where he was pushing us to teach certain things that I didn't agree with. And he would say that this is the career we chose, so we have to follow these things. So they do induce you to teach and help people in a certain way that goes against nature, I would say, if that makes sense.
Right.
If I didn't have, because although I was in the wrong, I grew up Christian, so in my mind I was always scared of certain things. So I knew it was wrong, but I didn't have the direction I have now.
Right.
So I didn't agree with what he was telling me, but the other students, grad school students, were agreeing with him, and I'm sure they're out there following what he taught, because he was one of the highest classes that he taught. One of the highest classes. He was gay, and he had a really high position in that college, in that university. So yeah, that would be the only time I remember where they would induce us to teach and help the mind. As a matter of fact, he taught a lot of our teaching comes from they explain it with anal, with kids and sexuality and all that stuff, and they explain it on they transform it into emotional. It was a little weird to me, but a lot of our teaching comes from very weird mythology, Greek mythology and things like that. And if you don't have knowledge of that being wrong, you can definitely be obtaining that information and bringing it out to people when you're in this field.
Wow,
it's a lot. People don't realize how much Greek, Latin, a lot of they take a lot of disciplines from a lot of people, even from Mizraim. It's a lot of stuff they take, and these people in Mizraim that they call Egyptians played with other arts, curious arts. A lot of medical stuff they don't give credit to. That Mizraim, they go to everything Greek, but Mizraim is responsible for a lot. They talking about mathematics, Greeks. The Mizrahites were on top of this stuff way before the Greeks. The Mizrahites was on top of the writings. They was on top of a lot of stuff, even with the studying of animals and different things. The Mizrahites believed that the hyena was a very intelligent animal and that animal could actually count.
wow.
Listen, people, they won't give any credit to. Listen, the Mizrahites are actually today's the Nigerians, the Yoruba. The Yorubas are they moved them out of their region and they replaced them. See, there's so much information I can share with people. These people have no idea. They have no idea. These people were conquered, just like these people in India, in Iran. They was conquered. When you start talking about Iranian people, do you know these people didn't get their names to 1939? So what were they
before then, right?
Right, they were Persians.
Mm-hmm.
And they had another name before they were Persians. These people have constantly been conquered. So these people once you get conquered, you lose and you have another successor, just like the South. They still try to fly their Confederate flag. Because they see, for us, what people call it, say, why they keep flying that racist flag? Why? They're not flying because they're racist. They're fighting because they're trying to hold to their existence. They know how white people work because they white. They will exterminate you and get rid of all your history. That's why when you see that flag, don't get mad with them. They're just trying to do what you didn't do. Try to make sure you secure your existence, that you were here.
That's like I don't want to call him the great, but like Alexander, he opened a library in Mizraim, right? And what was it? Is it Alexandria?
And they try to make him equivalent with Yahushua because he died at 33.
Right. Yeah, I remember you taught that years ago.
Yeah, they try to bring him into that. They call him Alexander the Great. Yeah, they try to say that he was similar to. But yeah, that's what these people. When these people came through and conquered, he came in and defaced those Phoenix, those Sphinx, and knocked the nose. They're trying to tell you that how the weather knocked the nose off
everything except the nose
and wipe the feet. Because when he came through, it would solidify the fact that the people that were there were of dark color. So we just got a messed up society today. There's so much damage been done. And I think where the knowledge comes in to be beneficial is in the fact that it allows people to just really question things and ideas that's been introduced to us and start trying to research for facts, not fiction. I know I said a lot talking Confederate, but what say you guys? No, Doctor, you been quiet. You got two things. Well, he back on that pretty sun. You just jumped out all of a sudden. You went black and you done jumped out in the sun. We can't hear you though.
Yeah, your microphone might be muted. No, I still can't hear you.
But we see that sun shining. I guess 102 degrees. It take a while to go down.
Look like you're in the parking lot of a grocery store or something.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can hear you now.
I know what it was. It's I had my earpiece here, and I left the other piece inside. Yeah, it's pretty. It's 102 degrees out here. It was 116 yesterday. I tell you what, it's almost unbearable. The only good thing about it is no humidity. So, but I heard y'all had an earthquake in Georgia and tornado. Like,
but now they saying it was a meteorite. They saying there was a meteorite that hit in South Carolina and came across to Georgia and knocked a hole in the roof somewhere that made 0 cents. Your phone, you sound far from the mic a little bit.
Oh, sir.
Go ahead, we hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I just said I'd like to be here tonight. Have an opportunity to see you all. I missed y'all so much. Been, just trying to deal with health, doing a whole lot better in terms of health-wise, eating a whole lot better. I just found out something. My doctor told me about these. You remember the patches you had gave me? Wow, I think it was like last year.
Mm-hmm.
The transdermal patches.
Yeah.
So I think you had to use those as well, and they had gave you some, but they never told me that you could place them anywhere because you don't just have to place them in where the pain is because they actually go into the bloodstream. And I just found that out like yesterday.
I still sell those patches. We still got those patches. Don't we got some of those patches? Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had people that were taking right hand. Let me tell you something. People so terrible, man, for their own health. They'll know what they need to do and won't even take care of their own health. I've never seen a day in my life where you see something that can save you and help you, and you rather just keep doing something stupid and versus looking at taking care of your health. $2. They won't spend $2 for their health. They won't spend $5 for their health. They won't do nothing for themselves, but they'll pay to die. They'll pay to kill themselves. They won't pay to live. And that's only because that's how we've been taught for so many years. It's cheaper to die than it is to live. And see, once you buy into the teaching for so long period of time and you stay under this systematic system that's designed, predicated on destroying you mentally, physically, I mean, it's hard to change. The fight is just, it's like, it's never ending. Love Doctor, you've been quiet tonight, which we've been enjoying it, but what do you have to say?
I would say definitely recommend people y'all go to y'all doctor and do your blood work. I just got some blood work results. And I'm doing a lot better, made a whole lot of progress since last time. So I definitely thank the Most High Yahuwah who's been keeping me and my health. And want to let y'all know just real good to be appreciative about the small things. As a matter of fact, I want to recommend y'all go watch a movie. It's called The Small Things, Little Things. Y'all go check that out and get back to my discussion with y'all.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
It's called The Little Things. This man has terrible, man.
Small things.
Hey, we saying the same thing. I finished watching it, freaking. I finished watching it. So that's two of them I got knocked out. Last night I told you I finished watching Oblivion, and you said go watch the little thing.
Oblivion, not Oblivion. Oblivion.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah, Oblivion. And I talked with you a little bit about it. I wanted. I did advise that movie out because she said Joe didn't even try to hold it because I know it's terrible.
That's horrible.
You can't. But a lot of things I asked them to watch because I wanted to try to get some things just to get people to kind of think about some things, consider some things. I gave them the movie Billions to watch, the series, because there was a purpose behind what I wanted them to watch it for, and kind of discuss some things with them. It's just important to kind of surround yourself in a sense with, different types of information, because you're not being attacked by one thing. You, like you say, you wrestle, you're fighting against what they'll call spiritual wickedness in high places. And you don't realize a lot of time we make our fight individuals when there's actually a higher power that's working against us, that's controlling some of the peons that you have in your fights and your arguments with. But you'll make it just kind of that person, that situation, when that situation was predicated on something else. And there's some other masters that are working around you to try to defeat you. And when you become kind of well versed about things, it kind of better prepare you on how to deal with things, like use a different style of attack versus let me just go back at it. Because I need to see where it's just coming from. What's triggering it. Like you would do, you look at what's triggering it. You're looking for trigger points. So I need to find trigger points. Where this come from? Whose source it? What's the source of it? And a lot of times we don't. We just, I know he said it or she said it, and that's who I'm attacked. But I need to know the source if I'm gonna get to the root of the problem.
That's right.
So that's good. You watched it. He got a name, the small things. They'll be looking for the small things and they won't find them. Unless they look in between your two ears and they'll say, oh, the small things. Joe, why are you laughing at Joe?
I don't know. I understand why he married a therapist now.
Yeah, and he's still sick. He don't know she can read.
Have you ever ate a sloppy Joe?
Oh my goodness. I am done. You're so crazy.
Oh yeah.
That was your quote, preacher? That was pretty, like what you just said?
Are you serious?
Yep. That was my quote.
Don't take it.
That man, something's wrong with that man.
Right.
I guess in order to execute, you need to have a plan.
I like that. That's a good one. Hey,
I like
it. And if you plan to fail, then you fail to plan.
Oh,
that makes zero sense. That made zero sense. He said it made no sense, but it did to him. So he just told you right now what he did. He planned on failing because he didn't even think.
If you fail to plan, then you planning to fail.
No. If you fail to plan, then you can plan to fail.
Well, if you failed, you didn't plan.
Exactly.
And you plan to fail.
She said, "Why would anyone plan to fail?" I don't know. Ask her why did she marry him?
What?
I'm answering the question.
She
said,
"Why would if you fail to plan, then that's why you plan to fail."
They didn't plan because they didn't plan anything.
Then you can plan on failing. That's the better end of saying if you're going to say it, and it's not a new saying. You try to do something original one day. Just try to find something original that makes sense. But I understand it takes time. Listen, I know I make it look easy.
I do my original stuff, but when I do my original stuff, you be like, "Oh, that's old." Say something.
Okay, I do original. I do something. Do something off the top. I just said, just let's hear it. We waiting.
I've
Go ahead.
already done my original stuff.
No, you ain't. Well, it was.
Yeah, when I do my original stuff, you like, you already said that. You can't say that no more because you already said.
You repeat them.
Hey, you know I got.
Look at this sick. Look at him.
The man just said the reason why people got to repeat because you got to keep it living. The reason why they wear the Confederate flag is because they don't want you to forget it. The reason why we repeat is we got new viewers. It's some viewers that they ain't heard what I said last time, Dr. Joe.
That's terrible. Okay. They might go back and play it. Look at it.
And what I said beginning, and this is Rhoda, and you won't hear it only from me, and that is always remember, otherwise you will forget.
That's just a memory problem.
That's true. Smitty, say that in one of your memes.
Okay, not.
Please, Thule, do not listen. They're gonna think there's something going on.
And your husband has successfully just showed us the basement.
Oh,
that's all her comment. And we see he's in the basement.
Wow.
Terrible.
But no, I really am happy. I got some really good health results back today, and I really
and you went on your own.
That is so awesome.
Scooby-Doo makes sense now.
Well, thank you.
Exactly.
I want to encourage everybody on the side of my voice. I was encouraging us to go, and y'all definitely. I want to encourage y'all to go.
Yeah, I definitely want to say that to our men. I appreciate you putting that out to them. All our men. That's something we had a men's talk, and that was something I recommended to them. That's something I do. You want to stay on top of. You can say, "Well, I don't feel nothing." A lot of times, you feel something, it's because it's already at this point something is affected. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to try to, if you got good health, let's work to maintain it. What going and get physicals and checks allows to do, it allows us to do somewhat of a check and balance, so we can see what needs to be corrected, what we need to continue on. And every now you need to do that, just like when you hear the word. The purpose of it, you're doing a physical. We find out what's right that's been mandated. You're doing, continue to do it. If it's something else, let's make some adjustment changes. What's just totally wrong, we got to work on fixing that. But if you don't go and you're not hearing the word, then you just kind of continue to stay in your situation and you slumber and you just continue to kind of go down. And that's what we try to do. If there are any women, particularly I know men, so all my men that go and they get regular checkups, I'd like for you to respond right now. If you don't, I need you to get that done ASAP. ASAP. Yeah, that's your health. You need to take care of your health. And I need him to go wash off my seat where he said he a little narrow, little bulldogger hips down on that seat.
He got so many rules on how to wipe. Do you know you can't wipe the seat off? Do you know if your seat is sweaty and dirty, you can't wipe it off?
I ain't not when I say that. What part? When I say that?
You don't wipe. Don't wipe. I took the rag and I wiped the seat off. Don't wipe the seat off with the rag. I'm like, what?
No, them tell you do.
Don't throw the trash in the trash can. I'm like, what? Oh,
no, them tell the man do. This man want to wipe the booty off of the seat and then go wipe the head part. Why would you wipe the butt and then go wipe the head? Oh. This man here will wipe his behind, wash it behind with a towel, and then wash his face.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then he want to know why he is butt ugly. Listen, I try to get her to pay attention. You got your behind. They want to wipe it. It ain't sweat where your head up there like you've been frying grease. Wipe that off. Nobody want to put their head up there. He done went and sat that old done. Them old Niagara Falls hips up there on that thing. Just sit down like, get your behind from up there where we put our head at, Joker.
Right. That's tight.
So I got to get them up there tomorrow and get them going and wipe them seats off. I be wiping.
Where in the world do you get that?
I'm funny. Listen, when I sit down at my desk, I'm gonna wipe my desk off. I'm gonna wipe the remote. Listen, every morning I get up, you know what I do? She'll tell you that. To the what I'm gonna wipe. What I'm gonna wipe on?
Everything.
No, be specific.
Be specific. That's an ocean.
Come on, everything.
The remote.
And specific is not an ocean. Technically, it's a lake. Actually a lake.
Hold on, she's trying to tell you shut your pothole. What? We can't hear you. Start over.
I said in the phone, the remote, bathroom, the handles, the soap dispenser, the sink, anything that he touches. Yeah.
Yes.
Or that.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe it off. I don't care if I wash my hair if I go to sleep anyway, and I've been doing that. I touch my remote. I'm still gonna clean my remote in the morning with a cleaner. I'm gonna clean my phone out every morning with a cleaner. I'm not putting on.
One thing about
it, but I noticed you didn't wipe off them glasses you got on.
The real thing about it, one thing about it, you don't have to clean that remote because you are actually the only person that touches it. So,
and guess what? And I still wipe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's official. It's come to my house too. My sprays have been finished.
You know how many people? I'm telling you, not listen, if somebody get my phone, I don't care who it is, they tap my phone and do something.
Time y'all wiped out y'all doorknobs?
I wipe them on
all the time.
In the bathroom too, at the door. Listen, at the bathroom too, at the door. I'm telling you something else. I'm telling you what else I wipe out. I wipe out the toilet handle too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know when you flush the toilet handle.
Yeah, that's part of cleaning the toilet. Yeah,
1, 2, and 3. That's when you're doing both of them at the same time. Wipe the handle off. Yes, I just do my steering wheel. I don't care if I'm gonna tell you that you gotta get them out, just keep germs and stuff. And then these phones are like people them use your phone. I rather you not. I don't do that. If you do, I don't care who it is. I'm cleaning my phone out so you can. They do that one thing. I'm gonna clean my phone. I'll be like, yeah, I just want to clean my phone. He's our spray line. Let me tell you, I use Tulip makes our spray. So it's
Tulip,
a spray.
Bring me some spray tomorrow.
No, don't get him that. All your life, I wouldn't try to change that.
It's edible. You can actually eat Tulip spray. All that stuff is organic and it's edible.
You can eat a lot of stuff. I have.
So sometimes I just take the spray. I spray it in my mouth.
Okay. Bueno, what is going on?
Yeah,
she make that kind of spray that you can spray in your mouth too. She makes all that stuff.
I know. Yep.
I think it got oregano in it.
I think you need to know everything you're talking about. he don't know everything you're talking about. Yeah, she does make that. She make breath spray too.
She makes peppermint.
Yeah, make mints. Yeah, all that stuff.
Listen, she just made a new flavor soap. That junk smells so good.
I miss them. I need another bottle. That one I got. It's got a cologne. It smells really good.
She don't name them, so I don't know the name of it. She don't name the fragrance.
I remember.
I always get the brown one.
She made one. Let me tell you something. I done burn my testicles off.
Oh yeah, I don't go wrong with that.
I will burn this. I started getting hot. I said, what? Listen, I had to get in the water and get myself. I said, "Oh my goodness, I lost all kind of."
I don't know why you do that, Smitty. Why would you do that?
Listen, I said, "What in the world?" I said, "What did you put in that song?" She like, I said, "You have some of that song." Eucalyptus. I said, eucalyptus.
I used to have something in there to feel it burning. I think, what is this?
Well, you should have helped with any kind of soreness.
I don't need that. When I want soap, I just want soap. I don't want no muscle relaxer.
No, it was detoxicating you.
Yeah. She said that Yaya and Shiny know firsthand you can eat all her products.
That's very true. That is very true.
Yeah, Shiny, they be like, you can't put stuff in their mouth, so a lot of people try to keep stuff more, natural friendly.
Yeah, she definitely has.
Though that why you want if you into more natural what's that stuff?
God.
Oh,
I'm crying.
It's all one thing right quick.
Hey, how about this? Failure.
It has to fit the scene.
What?
Listen.
Happy about planning.
Too. You interested in getting that? You got a this all natural made out of cottonseed. I got a lot about this right here. It smell good. All natural. We start this. I used to use that other detergent. Now I learned about this one. Got connected with them and set up, and I help people get into that too. As far as getting this all natural detergent made out of cottonseed, something more natural. Because a lot of stuff that you put on your body, you don't think about it when you use no detergent and you put your clothes. That stuff gets in your skin and your pores.
It got pork in it sometimes.
Well, and not even that's another thing, but not only with it's the fact of the chemicals. You got to remember some. when your body running and your system, a lot of these things throw things off. A lot of people want to know why they have a hormonal problem. A lot of it can come from the detergents, come from the soaps, especially with the deodorant, especially for women, because a lot of the deodorants have metals in them, aluminum. So Tula makes our deodorant as well. So I have a lot of people that use it. What she said, she made baby lotion. Yep, she made baby lotion and baby soap.
Hey, bring me some of that baby lotion tomorrow. I need some of that.
Yes, please. I'd like to actually try it.
How good Ozra smells thanks to her product. That's good.
Oh, thank you.
And then make sure you don't put Riley Brush in his hair. That child, he'll be in trouble.
Yeah, that's a cute, the handsome young baby. I was looking at
him. I had took a picture back around here when one of his hair had got and started running left around the hair like it was running 400.
Julie, they want to know your website, girl.
Yeah, put it up now.
Barack, what's your website? Put it in the chat.
She really does. She's really, and I'm not just saying that.
She's
really good with it. A lot of us buy it. She said, "Why did Riley?" I don't know what he was trying to do. It was just trying. I guess he was just trying to run. Why did Riley catch a stray?
That sounds like the setup for a joke. Why did Riley catch a stray?
I don't know why. Tell us.
To get to the other side.
But yeah, that's really good. And listen, deodorant, holds all you now. It's always people. I ain't talking that deodorant you put on 10 minutes later, you natural. They tell me, oh, but it's all natural. I ain't trying to be funky, all natural. I'm like, I be clean. Like me, I sweat heavy. So for me, it holds me all day. Now, other people, it don't hold me. I'm gonna say this: you have to take a bath too.
Yeah, you gotta bathe.
You can't be like Hayward, you know what I'm talking about? Why I gotta take a bath? You know what I'm talking about?
Right, take a bath. Don't be talking
about he can rub his hand down his body and it's smooth. Tell he like that grit. I was like, I don't know what, but that's Hayward. He said I was on that website earlier. Yeah, if you listen, and she's actually a lot of us use it. Yeah, he had a haircut. He was taking some product one time. Them things were leaking out his body. Them things were terrible. That good hair come from my family. He said, okay, we know better than that. That hadn't come from your family, right? We know better than that. But just hold on. The Lancaster can have a song, but it just because the head go like that, if that like it was almost wild like that, you can see heels like that, but it kind of arch your man up like that, so you'll miss some of it. But it's all no down. That's a cute little patch there right there, right across there, right there at the top. I'm going up now. You know who's saying that? Dwight. I like that. Brian down. I said, you like that? He said, you like that song? I said, I like it. I said, not what Dwight do. He's the one because he'll do it. He'll do that. Then he'll show me his belly with that hair on now. I said, he'll do that. I'm going up, and then that stomach will shoot out. I said, yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like no man flashing me. That good help come from my family. He said, yeah, that did owner that. Yeah, listen, the soap, all that, well, we use all that. And I don't ever tell her, she also make our toothpaste.
Hey, she make it all.
It's so long. Yeah, she
make some good food too. Listen, you talking about the best strawberry shortcake in the nation.
Okay.
When I got married, I told her she got to have the strawberry shortcake at my wedding. You know, people still talk about that to this day. Oh, yeah.
I know that was. All your wife was missing was you.
Hey. you know, whatever you need to do to tear me down to make you feel better about yourself, I'm all for it.
And I'm doing it. And I'm enjoying every bit of it. Won't quit it, and I ain't won't stop.
I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, he said his great grandfather is full-blooded Italian. Don't hate the player, hate the shame.
Wow.
Right. What Italian on that? I never. That's not Italian.
He don't even
know what's wrong with you.
The man don't even eat pizza.
He don't eat. Try something else.
The man talking about wrong. Listen, we're not starting that fight. Arnett said, "Okay, what is the list of things to watch?" Well, okay, I had to go to the website. Santa's in charge of putting up on the website and stuff to watch out for. How long does it usually take to ship the products to this location? Where you at? I mean, just regular man. I guess she just putting it how you want to get it. But you look on there, you can see it. But I mean, the deodorant, So I'm telling you, the deodorant is really good. It really holds. Yeah, because in my arm before I would burn, so it's certain stuff I couldn't use. Like it'll burn, like I would use. For me, I stopped using aluminum, so I couldn't use degree used to hold me. That aluminum, I learned about aluminum, I stopped. I don't know why I had to remember stop using aluminum.
Right.
Then started using Old Spice. Old Spice has one that doesn't have aluminum. It's the older one. It'll hold some, but it'll burn me out of while my arms start getting like flat burnt.
I like that powder scent too. Tell her you want the powder scent is real good, and I think it's the other. Is it the apple butter scent you got?
I can.
Yeah. She got some real good scents. They real good.
Just everything is.
My friends are cruel. Oh yeah, that's amazing. You know what?
And homemade popcorn. Real good homemade popcorn.
My husband loves that popcorn.
That popcorn, yes. The popcorn.
He's a whole bag.
Good popcorn.
Yeah, but she got one and she got the roll on. I don't know. You do the stick too.
I do the stick, but
oh, you do? I didn't know that. I just do. I always get the roll on.
I get the roll on. Right. New York because I played. Oh yeah, New York. He said New York because I placed an order June the 13th, 2025. I still hadn't got. Oh, you got to tell me you placed it with her?
With me?
He said he paid the June. Oh, that's gonna cut her down.
She
might help place with your money.
That's what I'm talking about. Call out.
No, don't call out.
No,
I tell you what.
That product corruption.
We're gonna have a staff meeting when the show over with, and we're gonna make sure that get squared away.
Here, I don't see it.
Don't worry, Andrew. Send that money to me, and I'll send you the stuff. Okay?
Yeah. Send to me. I get it.
I got you.
Hey, Andre Smith, are you related to Will Smith? You got a brother named Will?
You know,
not your Will, but his Will.
You never know. You never know.
Man, spaghetti is trash for the record. Argue with your mama. Oh my goodness, that is nasty. He might be. He ain't Italian. He's something else. That's buffoonery. Someone stole your package in New York, and thank you so much. You know they stole it. You know, go where they thieves up now. Them folk walking around now smelling good, bathing good, and you don't even know that's your stuff.
I don't see that.
From the Barack.
Oh, there go Andrew. What up, Andrew? I see you out there, Andrew.
Why? What's that? Why is preacher instigating? No, what you mean? I ain't even did nothing. Y'all know me. One thing about me, one thing I do, I try to be as little possible. I really barely even say anything just to keep down confusion.
Hey, hold on. That Flourish girl, Flourish got something wrong with her punctuation. Is it Flourish, comma, girl, period? Then
Flourish girl, flourish.
What's up with the punctuation, the comma, and the period? I just feel like that's incorrect.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just trying to help.
Come on, like Oblivion.
Hey, Flourish, run that on Chat GBT. See get right punctuation.
He said that he knows.
Oh. I don't know. I don't see his order.
Oh, they got a confirmation number. Oh,
yeah. Confirmation. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Look that up right now. That man, you tight. You better look that up.
That's just privately.
He said, "No, I'm going public. This is product corruption, and he want to be known."
Oh wow.
I got some product I paid for. I ain't got either. What's up, Andrew? Man, when I hug you, you almost smacked my heart out my back. Man, you strong. Oh, he from Mississippi. You can't hug for Mississippi. You gotta just shake the hand from a distance. He been down there with Val sharecropping. I'm telling you what I learned. I remember a guy that came from New York, they came out the country. Them boys be so strong. The country people, they don't know how strong they are. Because everybody's strong, even their grandmama's strong. So they don't be knowing they'll hurt you. Listen, I'm telling you, man, as a country folk, they'll break your back and they don't even realize they don't broke your back. I used to know a guy, he used to run, jump over cars. Cab muscle used to hang off the side. He would just run, just jump over the hood.
It wasn't no big thing. Jump over the car?
He didn't take that many steps. Just jump over the hood of the car. I mean, he wouldn't take that many steps, and he would jump over the hood of the car and land on the other side. All I do is just shake my head. I said, y'all have no idea, normal people don't do this. But country, this is the thing you remember. You had a lot of people in the country, they didn't go anywhere, they just stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
They might have went the next county over to go grocery shopping or went over for a basketball game or football game, but they pretty much predominantly stayed in the country. So they go out here and you got people, you know, I mean, just I had a cousin, him and a horse, they ran head on. He tried to get my head on. The horse went out and he fell out too. He broke his nose.
You said that was your relative that did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that explains a lot about you. Now, I just learned a lot about you right now. You know what?
I learned a lot about you too.
You ain't never have a chance. You know what? You all right.
I just learned that Tiny Tim had a twin.
That's my raw. Don't do that.
That is so sick.
They're right. You're right. They built different. I'm trying to tell you, man, country people, they don't know. I might go down there. They don't know they be that strong. They don't know they do stuff people don't supposed to do. You like, you know, people don't do it. Be like, what? You like, no.
That's not gonna right.
I'm telling you, when they're from the country, they don't realize how they had a guy that he played football. That joke used to drag people. He used to drag to call him He-Man. He played for Clemson. He didn't listen. When they tell he would drag them. Because they don't know. They country strong. They don't know. You're not supposed to be able to drag people while they holding on to you. But they like, you got some of them in the back day. Their parents that have a mule, they'll put the stuff on them and they'll pull the plow.
Wow.
I'm trying to tell you, man, these folks there. Is this the same person that said they stopped a bird and gave it? No, that's my uncle. That's my Uncle William. I don't like to my Uncle William right here. We're not gonna, are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
My Uncle William, Uncle William, he was, Uncle William, yeah, he could tell her.
You have a lot of family in
Andre Smith ain't letting this go, Thule. Andre Smith is not letting this go.
Can you confirm the confirmation number? That is the number they gave me after I placed the order with my master. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this sounds like a scam. I'm finna go. I a scam. I'm not gonna be tied up in no court. You know what I see now? I'm telling you, the two biggest trials finna be the Diddy trial and the Smitty trial. They gonna know who all they about. First of all, is this gonna be a RICO case?
Hey, they gonna get on conspiracy.
What about what is
She's not gonna do a jail trial.
Who did you have, Thule? The people under you had to send it off. This could be a RICO trial. Because if you got other people that you told to do it, they do it. That means that you have some conspirators and that y'all plotted this. And then, since they were going to New York, this could be trafficking.
That's right. That's transportation goods.
Transportation
state line. That's right.
To move deodorant to remove scum.
State line. That's right.
Oh, you know what, first of all, I ain't no prostitute, so I ain't finna send you nothing, cause you can't.
He wasn't where's his confirmation now, but he done paid his car and it's supposed to been shipped and met him in New York.
I ain't no prostitute.
We're gonna send you a little chapstick as an apology.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, she made chapstick too.
Yeah, you're gonna love
show you a chapstick. Yeah, you gotta make up for that.
For health and beauty products, ain't much as she don't make.
We're gonna apology and send you a little chapstick.
Fact, I heard you working on making some baby oil. That's what I heard.
Ben, I did it out here and went broke. You should have got it earlier. Hold on. Here come here. I also received an email stating the order was placed. Oh my goodness! I said this.
This is really getting bad too.
We're gonna be able to testify. I said, you know what? Who's gonna be called for a witness first? Who's gonna be? Really hold on. Let me ask you this: who's gonna be Jane Doe? It's gonna have to be you, Resident Joe. Don't use your real name. So you're gonna be Jane Doe number one. Who you gonna be, Love Doctor?
I'm the jury.
Tiny Tim. We're gonna give him that.
I'm jury.
I'm just, bro. You're gonna be the jury.
Yeah.
You had
all your evidence right now too. This man done brought all this evidence in. I got to go deliberate now. You got anything to say before I start my deliberation, Tula?
How you deliberate by yourself?
What?
Baby Johnson. Oh, y'all they come look at they gonna know nothing. Baby Johnson about to have competition. Listen, here come with him. He has given us a lot of info, Tula.
He sure live.
That's true.
We will
This tight
into
right here. This tight right here.
Right here, too.
We will make it up to you, Andrew Smith. Okay.
He looking right now. He looking right now. He got email confirmation. He got tracking number. He got confirmation number. He got this is bad right here too. This what this did. So let me ask y'all a question. What is she? Let me ask y'all this right now. What is she gonna be found guilty on? Trafficking. No, he said for the
it sound to me like it's wire fraud.
It could have been that this happened when the lights went on.
I thought that man supposed to be. I thought he supposed to be an Italian.
Who?
The name is going from Barack product to Barack problem. Oh my goodness. Damn.
All right now.
Hold on. I also replied to the email and never got it. Oh my goodness. This is bad.
Where's the reply? We would like to see the reply.
This stuff here is, you know what? This right here now is worse than the did in them text messages.
Richard, this is just worse. He's saying, I haven't seen it.
Listen, well, he said, listen, hey, I'm ready to send a deal. Where you at? Oh, the deodorant coming. It come. Oh, this bad. You know what you need to get? Mars Skipolo. You need to call the other guy from Lil Thug. See, they'll represent you. And who is the other one? Hold on, this type. So we just
to send that email.
Hey, no, I'm gonna tell you, don't call.
Baby on themselves outside the court. What they dumping? Oh, they probably been dumping. That man said dumping baby on themselves out. Wait till I guess dumping baby oil on themselves. Man, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Slippery when wet. That's tight. Too. This is. So let me ask y'all a question. Right now, we got about 5 charges. We got racketeering, because she got people, whoever under her that had a website, that racketeering. Because first you got to have a main person, it got to be a conspirator. Yep. Then we got her on to export deodorant over the line.
Transporting commerce over the state line.
That commerce, hold on for a minute. No, they ain't got that. That's got to be.
We got to distribute too.
Distribute.
What's that you on, Bueno?
Somebody say you Morgan. They for accident. Morgan, she going to prison.
Hey, no, she called Ben Crump. She going to prison.
Yeah. He got them up. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to Trayvon Martin. He was a casualty. I got Reverend Oil up on me. Reverend Oil, come on. You're like, man, ain't no way you want no K-Talk. When them big suit coolers start hitting up against each other like that, like, come on, man, ain't no way no judge listen to you. We got one more. The order was for the vegan, all natural deodorant. So he want, now, if he get one, it got listen, not none, and touching meat in it, and the vegan hair and beer. Oh my!
I know what happened, preacher. I figured it out.
So now we got to go to this like the baby oil thing. Now he asked for the oil.
Tuli could have sent it, but the immigrant people that are delivering the stuff are being deported.
That's what happened. The Mexican was at your door finna knock, and they say, you know what? He will not hear the noise. You know what they're saying behind him? Doom, 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 ice, baby. That's what happened. Doom,
God,
doom, doom, doom.
But we're gonna get
that detention count. I'm telling you, at that detention count they got over there with no address and name, that's where your product say. We want to say what we got here. We're trying to investigate that. Look at Andrew. Andrew's so wild too. He don't know what to think right now.
I don't either.
You ain't got nothing to say to defend yourself.
I mean, where's the email though?
Yeah, Shaquille, you
can't even defend herself. She over that what you pleading the fifth.
You need to defend yourself.
I'm not guilty.
She doing, you know what? That's the same thing Pepper said. Some Jamaican dude stole that out the mail, but they see he know. Charlie trying to help you out. Charlie, we're gonna need you to come to court and you have to testify to that. Somebody saying fight back, Tula.
Listen,
Andrew laughing. He like, I'm trying to laugh it out. Miss Smith is safe. She's a DEI hire. That's right. You might be good. They said you're a DEI hire, so that'll help you. And Andrew Smith. Was it delivered by DHL? They known to steal packages. See, they trying to help out Tula.
It's not even about What did you?
About his money.
I don't have the order. So I don't know where he is. No order.
We don't need to deliberate. I got the rope right here. Oh my goodness, dude, this a death penalty. This a death penalty case.
I can't even.
They're bad.
If you can forward that email, we will appreciate it. And
we know Patel and them didn't steal it from you, Andrew. They're right. Patel didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, speaking about Patel, I got the Patel on out of here.
Yeah, you need to go and clean your tail. Make sure you look like one of the little guys running that just jump in the bed right quick with your socks off. I'm talking about your foot clean. Get your stinking behind and take a bath. Make sure you wash all around your hand.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I
run that right quick.
Appreciate you reminding me.
Ooh, man, that's a clean wrist. Man, wash more than your wrist when you get in there. So yeah, we got to get that fixed too. Come on, give us your saying tonight about stolen.
I ain't even why y'all gonna believe him?
So I'm talking about failure.
Okay, go failure.
But I want people to know that adversity is the mother
out to
of
$23.50 with shipping. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Richard, we need him to forward that email so that we can further help him out.
Gotta help him out.
He sure does.
Because that Tula psychiatry that got involved, it's a lot going on. Some of the only trying to get some lotion for them Harry Tubman elbows and all.
Listen, Andre Smith. If the company made a mistake, you will be getting an extra chapstick from us.
Can I say my saying?
You hear this? This what it's hold on for a minute. Say you already listen. Man, just doodle and be quiet. Where do I forward the email to? Tula, tell him where to send the email. He did send his information. One of them New York copy bras. Who that probably stole that package, yo? Who that is? I don't know who that is. Who we got? Who they got?
Chico snacks with that.
So snacks in there. They go right there. So that look, Barab at Gmail. Send her so she can try to clear herself. Because it's the best thing. Because you know what? That's good. Because that's how Cassie did. But you still might go to court. Because Diddy settled out of court too.
I got a good one. I want to say it before I forget it.
You gotta follow Preacher because you did hear Preacher
No, please don't do nothing. No, I don't want nothing. Listen, them terrible saying he don't know. Get his own.
No, this right here pretty good.
I know it.
Right here pretty good.
Oh, hey man, you flush every time you drop old stinking Joker.
Hey, I'm in the city. You see the background, that skyline.
Man, it turned all in that city, man. I hope they ain't Atlanta.
Hey, but this is a good one now. This is a good one. This creative. Y'all ready?
Come on, stank.
All right. We was talking about failure earlier, and a lot of people go through some different things and disappointing news, but I want y'all to know that adversity is the mother of creativity.
That man just looked this up. That's so
Here
old.
we go. Yes, sir.
Do you remember the quote?
Y'all like that? Y'all like that?
No, we did not. Man, please go do immediately.
All right, I'm out of here. Listen, much of heart. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode.
Much of heart, much air freshener, much soap, and much bowel cloth on your nasty behind.
All right, 1, 2, 3. We'll have you.
Well, get out of here, Joker. But we gotta get ready to go, y'all. Anyway, listen, we appreciate y'all guys. Y'all know that every week you allow us to come into your home, into your hearing by your phone, your computer, and share these wonderful hours with you where we express our displeasure, how dysfunctional things are around us. At the same time, we express our joy and love and admiration for one another. We also like to have a dear second of silence before Tula go on federal court for a right. And make sure you know if anybody should do you mind, you tell them you always mind. Every Thursday night right here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Two Mics and My Mind. If nobody else told you they love you, hey, we love you. In our language, it's called a hog. Tula, Resident Joe, federal court, they're going to prosecute Tula. Take us home.
So terrible. We were talking about planning. So success is the residue of planning.
Oh my goodness. Success is the residue. Because that's the only thing that left is residue if you don't succeed. That's terrible. Bring it up in court. There you go. Hit that website. Make sure if y'all got some money, we're gonna also set up the legal defense fund because she ain't got no titty money. She ain't got no titty money. Isn't that right? And I ran out of titty money. I told her about years ago. I paid a girl. She was a professional this years back. Everybody got a pass. I was 23, 24. But anyway, I was over there. And, I came to see it. She told me what the price was. She's like, $300. I said, oh, no. I said, $300. No, wrong person. That's what I get for $5. So then she told me, she let me put it in my hand. So I got the whole one titty in my hand for $5. Unfortunately, with inflation, everything else, I don't even have titty money. She ain't got no legal money, ain't got no titty money. So we will be sending a legal defense fund for Tooling called Free Tooling. Let Tooling. And what we're going to do, everybody, Diddy fan, they pouring baby oil. We're gonna pour deodorant and we're gonna pour shaving beard oil on our head. You gonna be with us? What you gonna do? The beard oil or you gonna do the deodorant or the chapstick? Which one you gonna do, Resident Joe?
Chapstick.
Chapstick. All right, we got to melt the chapstick. So if you get burnt, that's on you. Y'all know we'll harm you guys so much. We appreciate it. And also Woody's in jail too. Remember Woody from YSL? Yeah, he's in jail.
Don't do that.
Woody enough for speeding, driving no license, running in a circle, driving on the wrong side of the road, expired tag, no registration, and he out here bootleg racing. I think they got him with no bond. He got so many charges. I don't know what's going on with people. Anyway, man, call Thug and see if he'll get y'all. All right, so appreciate y'all again. We'll hub y'all. Y'all be safe. Some of y'all, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow night. At what time we start tomorrow night?
What? Okay.
Spirit o'clock, 7:30. Spirit o'clock. I'll hub y'all. I'll hub you. Be safe. Take it out to that. And make sure, Andrew, you send your evidence so we can try to distort it and get rid of it so we can get it all because we ain't got no
Exactly.
Hey, Chuck. Take us home, Tulare.
We going.
We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. 2 mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights. Watch this. And a mind.
All right. You do something better. I'll do something better. We'll do something better together.
Also, I want to tell them this also about the $5 when cleared up. The only reason I gave her that money because she said her grandmama had to have an operation. I was like, Claude on life. Yeah, her grandma had to have an operation. And she was a Christian girl.
Huh? Y'all, send me the email.
He sent email.
Do you know it that I don't have this order?
So you don't have it?
So
resend. You need to check. It probably some more in there. Matter of fact, you know what? I sent $150 in there. I didn't get my money back too.
I better when I was in New Jersey, I remember making an order too.
yeah. I got one. I sent $150. Who I emailed?
Don't worry, we're gonna go to the higher up and we're gonna solve this problem. Okay, we're gonna solve your problem.
And you had to say you blew it.
I did not get this, so I don't know what the problem is, but we would definitely.
She only needed $5 for the operation. That's all it was, $5 for the operation. But she was a good Christian girl and everything too. Appreciate y'all. Be safe out there.
I got you.
Bye.
Bye.